memories of me floating through a state half asleep, never awake. I won't breathe in eternity, carrying your secrets, feeling close to who you are. You're just beyond my reach, a passing breeze, and your final moments set me free. Gentle flowing thoughts in time, sometimes yours and sometimes mine. I can't tell where this one ends, my ever lost, forever friends. Won't you hear my echo, reflections of my call? Sometimes I see my soul mirror the unknown. I knew you once were real. Your spirit dares to steal, conflicted, twisting consciousness I feel. Gazing through a looking glass to a new reality, woven tied by fate, leaves a trail. Is it peaceful there beyond the veil? Won't you hear my echo, reflections of my call? Sometimes I see my soul mirror the unknown. I knew you once were real. Your spirit was to steal, conflicted, twisting consciousness I feel. Echoes lost and I'm still here. Sometimes fate is less than clear.
Testing, mic check. Cinnamon buns, cinnamon buns, cinnamon buns. Hello, hello, friendos. My name is Nez, and once again, we are back for some more Arknights, because today is the day we get hit by emotional damage. Today is the day we actually do a live reading of the newest event to hit Arknights Global, Babel. We're finally gonna get some answers to long questions we've had about Doctor, about Theresa, Amia's origins, and Rhodes Island. Now, what are my expectations for this event? It's probably gonna be long. My voice is probably gonna die by the end of the stream. I might not even finish the event if it's way too long, but I guess we'll find out. I'd like to make this reading stream a bit concise. We're gonna be locked in. We're gonna be focused on the story, the world building. We're gonna give our comments here and there. Most of all, I just want to get right into it. People already know I love Arknights' story, especially the main story involving the Sarkaz plight. Everything that we're gonna go through today hopefully is not gonna be too damaging for my achy breaky heart. Low light, please don't hurt me too bad. I know CN people have been waiting for Global to finally get some emotional damage. Please do not kill me that hard. Anyway, a little update since our last stream, which was yesterday. We got Ascalon in our first 10 pull. Where is she? So that was great. Once again, the RNG gods bless the gacha game critic. But no matter how much good graces they give me, I still think gacha games are predatory as fuck. Well, at least gacha game monetization. But anyway, yeah, 10 pulls. So there's that. All our pulls are safe. 400 pulls ready for chapter 14. Things are looking good. Vibes are good. All I've been doing today, since I woke up, all I've been doing was read all of the Pokemon Game Freak leaks. That shit's wild. Some conceptual director at Game Freak was like, give me a big titty sexy Latina woman and make her a pilot. Draw this now. That's how we got Skyla. It's fucking wild. There have been so many revelations about Pokemon in just the past 12 hours because of the leak. So there's that. That's what I've been doing. But anyway, that's that. I'm not really gonna spend my sanity right now. I think we just get right into it. It is time to start Babel. Don't hurt us too bad. Actually, wait. Let's turn on voice acting, voice lines, in case that comes up. Sometimes it comes up in the actual story. But I don't know. Let's just turn it on for now. So let's see. I think... Okay. Nope, that is... quest list. Time to start. So we got... We got... Hopefully we could finish it by the end of the stream. We should be able to. I hammered out Persona 3 for 3 whole weeks. We could handle one Arknights reading stream. A speck of blood, red, upon... Okay, good start, didn't get to read that. Here we go. A boy cries in his dreams. To weather the blizzard, a girl wraps him within her cloak and wipes his tears away. Freezing, gusting, the air screams on. Softly, the Cyclops tells of an epic tale, far, far away. Through the snowstorm seams, her voice comes. Myriad souls calls become harmony with it. The boy's whimpers, the drum of their beat. So the myriad souls, that should be a reference to the souls of the Sarkaz people. Something, it's a myriad souls of the Sarkaz. Which, what are the specifics of the myriad souls? I know it's something that the King of Fiends can tap into. All of the kings with the Black Crown can tap into the myriad souls. They could talk to them. Amiya talked to the myriad souls in chapter 12 or 13 during the confrontation on the big ship, if that's what I remember correctly. This dream is bitter cold. Within, the girl seizes a faint breath. She covers the boy's eyes and closes her own. Even now, even here, for them the ballad from 1,000 years ago is playing. Let's raise the music a bit higher, give some ambiance. 50%? Yeah, there we go. Armies fell upon our home. Them I saw from afar. From valleys to hills, our lands they scarred. The king slaughtered. The myriad souls did lament. Which king? Which king specifically? Yet one sovereign fell, 6 heroes rose. 6 heroes. They blew the horn. These were... Not quite sure which 6 heroes these were. I think they were leaders of some of the royal court. Don't quote me on that. This shit is all from the untranslated world book that they should have released for global, to be honest, but we still don't have it. Alas, the Wanderer's city collapsed. The ruins swift as the fleeing peace elapsed. When all seemed lost, a black crown appeared. So this was the first appearance of crown. The twins brought hope when dread had reared. No, this was when... Oh, this was the crowning! This was the crowning of both Theresis and Theresa. Spreads the rift, giving birth to betrayal. An assassin in the heart of the Tempest, then them I saw from afar. A sword to slay the Regent King, a spear to pierce the royal ring. Legend ends as justice calls, to righteous fate the mighty falls. That is how the episode ends. So, we're getting this from the perspective of a Cyclops woman telling to Sarkaz's children a little bedtime story in a blizzard. The Cyclops fades into the blizzard of the dreamscape, leaving the child behind her. Wait a minute. Boy's own cries grow distant from his ears. He wakes. It was a dream? Cyclops dream magic? Summer 1094. That is... current year. No. That is current... that is modern timeline. So currently, Arknights is in its... The main story takes place right before the 11th century. And then where we are currently in Arknights, in modern day, post-Victorian arc, it's already in the 11th century. So this is around like this is the Chernobog, post-Chernobog. Should be, I think. Post-Chernobog or prior. 93, 94? Around that time. Outskirts of an abandoned town, Kazdel. Hold up. That is how the episode ends, Ascalon. My story is over. Okay, so we are heading straight back in time. This is way before the start of the main theme. This is what my people, the Cyclops, bound for the deep north, saw as they gazed their last of Kazdel. Was that a page from long-lost history, a possible future yet to come, or plain meaningless gibbering? None knew for the past millennium. Until they came and fate's rapids begin to narrow into a surer course. And now the fate she saw has drawn before our eyes. So they were telling it to Ascalon? The Cyclops was telling it to Ascalon. Or... Actually, no. I'm thinking too deep about it. Two different scenes. I don't care. Who is that? Wait a minute. That's not Diablos. That is... They're wearing a mask. White hair. White tattoos. Big knuckles. I'm surprised you'd even hear me out. Scar Eye? Wait, is he a Cyclops? Is that his actual face? So he's wearing a mask and that's a Cyclops eye right there? Bright red blood creeps along his mask, trickling down his chest. Ascalon's eyes narrow a hair. He's out of luck. You're about to die, so I give you your last token of respect. Cuff, hack. Those prophecies never did gnaw at you. In all the time we knew each other, no? That's why you will never understand how a greedy soul thirsts to control his fate. Choose better last words. I know how you hurried to convene with those Babel members, but it's not yet time for you to leave. Look, the catastrophe is near. Ah, funny. I'm curious now. What was it you found within the storm? Step aside. No commission left unfinished, the rule I set myself back when I was at the Scar Market. Alive or... Ugh. He's dead. A dawn-like mist is wound from the Cyclops' neck as Ascalon vanishes behind him, leaving his body to dangle over the cliff's edge. You ever seen your own end, then? I don't care for prophecies, we have that in common. But fact is, none of us can outrun fate. Don't you want to struggle out of it? What makes you not? Why can you not? How can you not? Never forget, you have your place in the prophecies too. Whimpering, storming. Plaintive chant rings in their ears, an elegy over the horizon from the convalis of the banshees, sucked into the storm's eye. Ascalon gives an involuntary shudder. She's ice cold from head to toe. An indescribable pain rips from behind her ears down to the soles of her feet. This nameless elegy, this ill omen. Farewell, Kazdel. A single sigh reaches Ascalon. Her hand tightens fast until not even the faintest sound will leave Scar Eye's throat again. And then she lets go. Huh, damned fate. In a blink, the tremendous figure of the Cyclops becomes no more than a speck below the overhang. She pushed him off a cliff. The mist scatters to the storm. The shadow of the hood goes with it. All vanishes within teardrops falling from the cliff. Gasps, rolls of thunder from catastrophe clouds, whistles as the sand is swept across the barrens. The sound of everything culminates in silence. 94. They mentioned Babel, so this is during Babel era. We've jumped straight into it. Londinium, Victoria. There is 3, sis. Now, lift your head, sarcas of hers. If you would still see through the calling she bestowed you, here I stand. Come, step forth. You may avenge her. Unless, of course, they were mentioning Babel in reference to Rhodes Island. Who is this? Assassin. My name is stitched onto my clothes. Stitched by Her Highness Theresa's own hands, I can feel it faintly burning right this moment, and I know what that means. The mission she assigned us is over. We'll clash with you no more. The Sarkas do not draw on each other before the invader. We pledge our loyalty to you, Regent. So, post Theresa's death. Still kinda during the Babel pre-Rhodes Island era. We're putting things together on the fly. I'm not even gonna bring out the wiki. So as long as you still hold your zeal and earnestness for the Sarkas, we will trust you with our lives. Even though you nearly ruined all the plans we'd set up in Victoria. Should the military commission put us to death, we will be willing to die. As long as it could bring a better end. An end as she wished. A moment ago, you were the renegades in chief, all but ready to entomb our plans. How can I possibly believe? Manfred. As she wished, you said. Your name, Deathmonger. Julie. I will remember it, and I will hand you your final mission. Guards, assassins, mercenaries, survivors of this sea of bloodshed, one and all. You are to enter the Mausoleum of Kings. You are to render Victoria's iron heart as scrap. You are to ambush and wipe out every last Steam Knight. Wait, she did it? Julie soloed the Steam Knights? Sheesh! When is she becoming an operator? Or, most likely, going to die an awful death as a villain. An NPC, if you will. You'd let us take part in the Commission's core plan to enfeeble Londinium? Manfred will take good care of you. There's no chance we leave that place alive, is there? You're welcome to fight for it. Farewell. What's keeping you here? I'm just taking it in. I'm looking at the one who fostered Ascalon. She never rid herself of you. I swore to follow Her Highness Theresa with no inkling that the tale of the mixed blood twins, rewriters of Kazdel's history, would end this way. Let alone that this disposable life of mine had a place in it. Farewell, Your Highness Theresis. I take my hatred of you to the grave. Not as loyal to Theresa as she thought she was. Rhodes Island of Babel, Kazdel. That's an interesting location moniker. Oh! Hashashin! It's an assassin! Getting chased by Kelsey. Keep going, Kelsey. Never since the day she was born has this corridor felt so endlessly long to Kelsey. Monster! Growling! Okay, that was not fake. I actually started coughing. Wow! My dame, do not bury us. Kazdil's soil cannot hold any more traitors. Finish him. Let's just put the volume down a little bit. There we go. I know that even left on your own, your step will never falter. So this is someone addressing Kelsey. Mia, doctor. Wow, monster showing any other emotion aside from pure, unfiltered rage. System unresponsive. This is... Monster, cut the door down! Monster, meltdown! You believe loneliness is yours alone, that you have none of the same kind. Yet from the day you woke again, we've walked shoulder to shoulder, haven't we? Huh. Either this is Doctor addressing Kelsey, or Priestess. Only two answers there. Or... third choice. Secret third choice is Theresa. My money's on Theresa. Immortal empires turned to dust. Elder scepters rent in two under ancients' rallying cries. Pulses over the sky like a surge. The immutable rhythm of the stars. From resplendent glimmer to dull collapse. Death. Rebirth. The all-encompassing cycle. She's ever so familiar with it. Theresa. Yet still, one day I'll choose to slow down to stop in place where I am. I think the person addressing her is Theresa. Hold up, wait. I am gonna hide the cursor on display. There we go. That's better. When I do, Kelsey, don't grieve. Keep going. So this is Theresa's last words? Or something she said to her prior. Kelsey subconsciously searches her memories. Death, rebirth, the all-encompassing cycle. No. It's not the same this time, not quite. For the first time, she must bid to the first who could ever converse with her as an equal, to her dearest friend. Farewell. Theresa. So, Kelsey, it's time to say goodbye. Mia, doctor. But I always say one day our wandering is bound to end. One day the Sarkaz's wandering is bound to end. Now your wandering too has reached its end point. I knew full well this possibility always existed. Why? I should have stayed behind. It's my... Because I believe in Rhodes Island. I believe in Babel. I believe in you. Hypergryph hitting us with a tragic Yuri. Huh. Come to think of it. This is an exact mirror of Tallulah and what's-her-face. Hypergryph hitting us with the tragic Yuri 2 Electric Boogaloo. Kelsey, I hope the Rhodes can be a place you name home, an island you may always return to. I already did everything I could do. I won't harbor complaint for my own end. Babel's mission is concluded, while you and this landship only just set on sail. I'm not the same kind as you, Kelsey. I cannot explain away your puzzlement. But I have always been your companion. Tragic Yuri. Then, now, and after. I'll always be with you all. Now. No! Finish that line! So we finally got Theresa's last words. Interesting. Oh, that's loud. Melancholic whispers in my ear. Whispers in the dark. Let's continue. BB-1. Where is this? What the fuck? Looks very sarcastic. 64 years ago, autumn 1030. Scar Market, Casdell. Scar Market. You protect this tag around your neck with your life. You're my precious property, slave. You understand? Sarcasm swearing. You'd better be worth something. Wow, is this the first time we've ever seen an unmasked sarcasm sprite? Oh, okay. Timid slave. Stay here and don't move. You inspect the goods? The slave trader casts a glance at the silent slave behind the mercenary's back, then slightly shakes his head. Where'd you get it? Found him on my way here, dying of thirst and about to become mangler chow. Thought he could fetch a good price. I came from Casdell. I can find someone who... Doesn't matter to us where you came from, slave. Say you're Higashinese for all we care, as long as someone buys you out. I'm just checking if you've got a tail. You never know where these mercs get their goods. A tail? I promise you, he's clean. You better not be messing with me. Cash or barter? Ain't gonna live long enough for money to mean something. Just give me some good weapons. You're the boss. He's second rate at best. They'll net you 2 blades, freshly cast. How about you take another look and with your eyes open this time? Oh, you can dress him up as first rate, but it won't change anything. If you don't like the offer, feel free to get the fuck lost. And put that machete of yours away. This is a Scar Market you're in. Can you throw in more? I was on the Lithuanian border before I got back. I've got first-hand intel about the whole war in the court. Well, here's something for nothing. Careful what you spew out of that mouth if you want to stay alive here. Nothing around, you have valuable first-hand intel. You want to guess where that'll get you? Into the ground. Leave the goods and scram. You're holding up the line. Oh, not happy. Drown your sorrows in the bar. Our boss Scar brews one heck of a drink. Doesn't matter if you can't pay your tab, they'll take your weapons as collateral, merc. One more thing. Where do you run your bounty board? I'm here to strike it rich. Bar folk will be happy to inform you. So Scar was the person that Ascalon killed in the second scene. Sarcasm, swearing. I mean, is it a surprise that Ascalon is baddie? Not really. I will just adjust my chair. The merc stares around this floating hub hidden away in the giant subterranean hollow beneath Casdell. Amidst the moans of the slaves, the faint yet constant rumble of lava and bursts of orogenium dust can be heard rising from beneath the market. Eyeing the rugged path behind him, the mercenary recalls the perils he faced to reach here from the surface and shudders. Got a hiccup. Just how many people are there in this goddamn chasm? Why did I get it? Hiccups. Awful time to have hiccups. Enough to break your fall if you jumped. Welcome to the Scar Market, Greenhorn. You love it here. What's the deal over there? Why the crowd? Probably another big name just rolled back in town. Aren't you here to strike it rich? Come on then. I'd rather keep my horns out of all that mess. Merc vaguely makes out a pale white figure flitting through the chaotic gloom of the street. White clothes? You don't see that every day in Casdell. Theresa? Theresis. Got it.
You're injured. Tell me something I don't know. You're... Oh. The last time I was here, it was someone else handling transactions. Yes. You're referring to my grandfather. He never stopped bragging about how he'd fought you and lived. I'm just surprised he'd remember him. In the good sense, though, that means he wasn't lying all this time. It must have been like 60 years ago by now. General Theresis.
Already. How sad that nothing here has changed at all.
I imagine with Her Highness here too, there'll be no more violence this time, eh? Even if things get bloody, eventually you'll leave, but we'll always be here, General. We'll always have business as long as Kazdil's unrest never rests. Even now, I remember one thing my grandpa mentioned in his boast. He said to you, it's the land of Kazdil that needs us.
The Rhesus looks at the slaves, their heads down in their cages. He draws his sword. War and turmoil have necessitated this trade for over a century. This scar market.
General! But
Provided you could reach the surface alive, take a fresh look at Kazdil. Much of what you know will soon change. All Sarkaz will be part of this change.
All? Us too?
Yes, I'm not inclined to explain our vision to the likes of you, but I will stay here a while longer and wait for her return. Until then, I welcome you mercenaries to challenge me, just as 60 years ago. I'll take you to Kazdil willingly or otherwise. His voice isn't loud, but every Sarkaz present hangs on his every word. The mixed-blood Sarkaz stands alone, no retinue, no army armed, only with an ordinary-looking longsword, casually held in his hand that wields it. His steely gaze pierces through the dim of the street, settling calmly in the direction of the only person he cares for. 60 years ago. Who are they visiting? You can dismiss the mercenaries in ambush. No doubt they're your most trusted men. This is out of respect for the king of the Sarkaz. None aside from the general can claim to know your true motives after all. So this is already after they claimed the crown. Got it. So Theresa was already king. Your Highness, do you truly believe that this can change the fate of the Sarkaz? That you're not just another ill-fated hero caught in this cycle of hope and failure? Once the dust has settled, your answer will come naturally. Following that Prihik? New word unlocked. Prihik victory, we built from zero a moving city, the great nomad of Sarkaz soil for over a century now. We can evade catastrophes and foreign armies. Our development has finally reached a point of basic self-sufficiency, but it's so far from enough. Words are hard. Also, a Kazdelian nomadic city? What happened to the city in modern times, because they're not using it? Interesting. The storm has long been brewing on the horizon, but we were too oblivious. Like a burdened beast too slow to react, too old to move. Your Highness must be referring to that war between Lithanian and Gaul. Surely you too are aware of the magnitude of that war. Corsica. I even secretly hired our royal court casters as his consultants, but despite a period of seclusion, Lithanian's Witch King thwarted Gaul's offenses with his opening move. And now Ursus and Victoria have also declared war on Gaul. Everyone hates the French. These present empires display a might so far removed from the enemy 130 years ago, against which we staked all Kazdil just to barely prevail. That was already a victory in name only. If Kazdel must now be thrust into the same situation, how could it possibly end? It is for the end that you wish to establish the military commission of Kazdel. Is this prior to the royal court? Yet the old aristocrats of the royal court grow resentful, refusing to relinquish their sumptuous city lives and viewing this as an attempt to challenge their privileges. Ooh, post-royal court. A century of peace is enough for certain memories to slip their minds. So, what made you deign to come here in person? Did you see the Scar Market as the royal court for bottom feeders, where the likes of us scrape by and make merry? My only hope is for Sarkaz to join us and resist voices that refuse to embrace change. Resist. Perhaps your highness meant terrorize and purge. What I want is a reform, not a slaughter. So what's the reward? The Scar Market's not a real royal court. What we have with the mercenaries is partnership, not fealty. Without compensation, no one will work for us. Reward? Mountain at home ass Cyclops. Got them big knuckles. And he got murked by Ascalon. Anyway, what's up, Eggy? Are the spoils of war not enough? Are the riches, power, or food that should have gone to hungry people not enough to sate your appetite? You claim to provide shelter and livelihood for countless Sarkaz warriors with your rhetoric for justice, yet I could almost hear their bones crunch as you squeeze them dry for profit. Sorry, but in this business we eat people whole and chew on their bones. Scar-Eye. You too are Sarkaz. You too are part of Kazdel. Got me there. While Teresa cannot see what expression lies behind Scar-Eye's mask, his emotions are clear as day before her pitch-black crown. Oh, okay. Straight up just going, I can read your mind and emotions. You can't hide shit from me. No commoner in Kazdel would ever defy the royal court. But in his emotions, all Teresa sees is fervor and bloodthirst. You won't refuse. Huh. Why would I? You think I'm scared they'll take revenge on me? The royal court's no mystery to me. Your highness knows that plenty well. And let me say, you've promised me, no doubt, the best reward I could ask for. We thrive on chaos, and I can see the level of chaos you will bring upon Kazdel. I'm gonna make my profits, baby! The fact that you've kept the name Scar tells me that your ideas haven't changed. Like you said, the nations of Terra have grown tremendously in power over the last century. We could throw more revenants into the Soul Furnace and stoke its flames, but it's not to close the gap. So why force the people, who aren't really of the same race, to band together, call themselves Sarkaz, and build a giant target called Kazdel? The war between the four superpowers has proven that the other Terran nations can accept our existence as mercenaries, and that's where Scar Market comes in. As long as we don't band together, the four other nations will fight each other, and eventually Gaul is gonna get eradicated. There goes the French! My baguettes! My croissant! And your highness surely knows that we've become quite a community. A town because many of us never fit into the elitist bloodline-obsessed royal court. In all these years, I may have helped just as many Sarkaz find a new way of life as the 6 heroes, if not even more. If I remember correctly, from the vague stuff I've seen of the untranslated world book, the 6 heroes were originally 6 great Sarkaz heroes prior to the first king, and one of them eventually became the first Sarkaz king. If that's what I remember correctly. Please release the fucking lore book to global, Hypergryph. Teresa doesn't reply. All she offers is a faint smile at the Cyclops. Blaze blue ass plotline. It suddenly occurs to Scar-Eye that this king of Sarkaz belongs to no royal court and represents no bloodline. She is mixed blood. Whatever that means, actually. I keep saying that. What does that mean when it... Sarkas are various races that just band together under the umbrella term Sarkas. Pure blood usually means of the royal court that, you know, pure blood. a bunch of inbred motherfuckers keeping their bloodline pure. So how are Theresa and Theresa's mixed blood in a sense? Where did their family diverge, and what type of blood do they have that is not quote-unquote demonic or Sarkas? Who knows? Her sole aim is to persuade the Sarkas who are unwilling to believe that Kaz-Zell can be built, some of whom have even committed crimes for this cause, to believe once more. But is she enough to break free from this cycle of tragic failures, from the ending he foresaw? Come to think of it, there's one thing I don't get, Your Highness. I might have agreed to help you. But why didn't you and General Theresa simply burn this place to the ground before the day's end? I would have little chance of winning if you decided to do so. Just like you did 60 years ago. A minute ago, you described Kaz-Zell as nothing but a target that you want another way for the Sarkas to live. One that would have them depend on other nations. Or like mercenaries, yes. Yes, pretty much. So tell me, in your prophetic visions as a Cyclops, have you seen Kaz-Zell's destruction? Have you seen my death, Theresa's death, and the destruction of all that you stand against? Maybe. Silence. And what about yourself? How do you behold your death? A slow and agonizing death by uropathy, slain in battle on foreign soil, or drowned in a sea of plots and conspiracies? No, he's gonna get murked by Ascalon and pushed off a cliff. Have you ever left this place and seen Kaz-Zell as it is now? Have you ever truly seen the future? Is this your way of asking for a prophecy? I don't give out handouts, but for your highness, I'll consider a discount. Such nerve. No wonder you're able to claw your way out of the bleakness and rebuild this mercenary's paradise. Theresa is actually kinda slick with it. She's kinda sharp-tongued. This is a side of her we've never seen. But I'll pass on the prophecy. Prophecies and fate have no value. Based. It's getting late. I look forward to your return to Kaz-Zell. He watches her go and heaves a long sigh, only when even her footsteps fall from earshot. Son of a bitch. Foresight, prophecies, his own death. He bought his coffin this very morning. Oh, he knows how he's gonna die. Tally up the losses. Boss, the slaves. Set them free. They're bound to get tangled up in the scar market after the war begins anyway. At most, we lose out on pocket change. Did anyone take on General Theresis and survive? Yes, I've noted them all down. Take them to supplies for a little reward. They've got it for real balls. When you're done, take them to the bar entrance and kill them all in front of everyone. Send their heads to General Theresis as an apology. Sheesh! Okay, Scar Eye. Got it. Send their rewards to whatever family and friends they may have as bereavement. Tell every merc looking to make a living in the Scar Market, I don't want to see anyone trying funny shit on my turf. Okay. They made a little handshake with Theresis and Theresa. He heads alone to the bar, the tags on his cloak jangling in his steps. He stands prominently in the crowd, watching as the blades take the light from the mercenary's eyes. Still, no one fights back. Utter disappointment. Drinks are on the house tonight, both to celebrate the two highnesses sparing your lives, and to celebrate the huge gig you've all just landed. Your objective is in Kaz-Zell. Get your shit ready, boys! Soon you're all gonna be in the city. Ah, so they're building their army. Secret entrance of Scar Market, Kaz-Zell. You've been quiet for some time now, Theresa. Are you hesitating? No, I have confidence in you. A reshuffle of the War Council is inevitable, it's just... I've been thinking about the city's future. War won't stop itself at Gaul. Our pace has fallen too far behind. Corsica, there it is again. The term Corsica 1? Corsica 1 commands an Corsica the First. Is that Corsica? Corsica the First commands an indomitable fleet of dreadnoughts and guard battalions. The Mad King of Lithuanian has more than his arts in his arsenal to affect Gaul's failure. The industrial might of both Ursus and Victoria in the throes of large-scale war have far surpassed our imaginations. Corsica the First, got it. Many assume to know war like the back of their hands simply by living long enough through it. If our concept of war still lingers on the great battle from a century ago, when we have drastically underestimated how quickly wars can nourish empires and fuel dictatorships. This is exactly why we need a military commission. It's more than that, Theresis. I know. When the day comes when the Sarkaz wish to live on, if a brittle creaking city is all they have to call their own, it will be far from enough. Enough! Words are hard. Do you remember the idea proposed back when Kelsey was designing the city's blueprints with us? Babel. To transcend the borders of race and nation. To echo far and wide in our ideals, in our epics. Founded by a Sarkaz. We will prepare Kazdel for the coming crisis, to strive to eradicate the poverty and disease that have plagued them for millennia, and send a message to all of Terra. There will come a future when we all stand as one. The Sarkaz too are part of Terra's destiny. Okay, here we go! So we finally got the core intentions of Babel's founding. It was Kelsey's guidance, along with Theresa, in making a borderless nation where a myriad of people are united. Against what? Questions. This is not the first Theresis has heard of her idea. Apart from the dame who left her after helping build the nomadic city of Kazel many years ago, he alone knows the true belief of the current king of Sarkaz. Ooh. Oh, this is all setting... Ooh. So this is all setting up... When did Kelsey lay siege on Kazdel? Because if I remember correctly, Kelsey became an antagonist to them sometime in the future or in the past. I think it was in the future. She was sided with the other powers of Terra, which brought this era of Kazdel down. Interesting. Kazel won't accept this, Babel. You and I know that well. It's but a dream of attempting to subvert reality. Yes, for now, at least we can't be talking of such grand ideals while even our own affairs are slipping away from us. It's my hope this Babel can become a part of Kazdel, Theresis. Are you prepared then? As I said before, it's not just the other nations that oppose you. Kazdel and Sarkaz, clinging to their hatred will stand against you. It is cruel to force them to forgive and forget. The persecution of Sarkaz is not history. The ancient hatred is what drives many to survive until this day. He has a point. I am the king of the Sarkaz. The responsibility is all mine to bear. I must show them a way out of this. A way out of the cycle of violence. Both perpetuated by those who persecute the Sarkaz and by the Sarkaz who hold on to their hatred for the world. Fuck me. Arknights is just right. Arknights! Writing! It's sizzling. It's starting to sizzle. It's getting fiery. I see. Then go. Do what you will. Theresa, I still do not approve of your vision, but I do support your decision. And the future military commission will too. If your gaze is set too far to see what lies before you, then I shall sweep all that obstructs you at the moment, just as always. I know. Come, let's go home. Kazdil still needs us for what's about to happen. Okay. Intrigue. The two twins, now holding the Sarkaz royal crown, making their own military commission, and we're seeing the seeds of the first formations of Babel. What is supposedly a borderless nation where everyone is united. Sarkaz and Terra and Kazdil and all. Oh yes, Scarai mentioned the prophecy again as I was leaving. The signs of a pessimistic fate. And your reaction? I don't care. Agreed. Kazdil, a strange yet familiar name. Many from this great land see it as the pit from which devils crawl, a terrible place to be avoided at all costs. While to the Sarkaz, the name only evokes equally conflicted emotions. Ah, finally! Our first sight of Kazdil. That is a revenant engine, a revenant furnace. Despite generations of Sarkaz passing on that Kazdil is the Sarkaz's homeland, an outsider might wonder if they mean the city or the entirety of those lands. Perhaps only they themselves know. It never struck me on the way out just how high the wall is. Ah, well, at least I can go home alive now. That means I'm pretty lucky. That man in the Scar Market, that was General Theresis, the first of the city's founders, the hero of the legendary campaign. If I had the courage to ask him to take me in, maybe I could have just... I'm dreaming again. He sits atop the high wall, experiencing for the first time a new lease on life. Few of Kazdil's civilian Sarkaz, save for the children who haven't yet cottoned onto the fear of death, ever climb onto the city wall. The tremendous pipes and tubes piled high can even be called a wall. The intricately tangled forest of originium spikes can take the lives of anyone who lost their footing, but it also serves as a haven for pilferers and mercenaries to stash their goods. Smugglers and vagrants cross through the dark underground, peeking out from the tunnels and drains at mines and factories, scuttling from one corner of the city to another. The life the slave once knew. The general gave me a fresh start, so what should I do from now on? He gazes at the furnace burning and smoldering far away, teeming with indiscernible workers as they carry originium steel, dirt, and stones into its hearth. To Kazdil, the nomad, its flames bring motion, while the molten metal that flows out adds new appendage to the city. For a whole century, it's belched its incessant black smoke. None know whether it's ash or originium dust. Some say it's bitter anger and anguish as the revenants exhale their last breaths. Witchcraft altars hang high in the sky, intermittently flashing their blinding rays. The slave has heard many different versions of their urban legend. The most frightening version claims that the Sarkaz royal court casters work day and night on the altars, watching everything and listening to every conversation in the city. Maybe I could try my luck at the factories too. It doesn't matter what else, I've made it back alive. It's been months since I left. I don't know how many of my friends are still alive. Poor guy. Oh, we're still here. The nomadic city of Kazdil. Kazdil! I'm about to see. I was about to mute. Just came out. Sarkaz swearing. What happened here? Why are all the doors open and the furniture all smashed? Pull top, you're back. It's you. What are you doing here? Where'd you get that ornament? Something big is happening. Royal court nobles are being dragged out of their houses and killed by mercenaries appearing from nowhere, while the city guards do nothing. A lot of us have been sneaking into empty houses, and boy, have we dragged up some good stuff. How are you still alive, though? Word got out that you wanted to leave the city and find your own way, and after so long we all assumed you died out there. You won't believe my luck. First I was left to die without food or water. Then I was taken to the Scar Market, but guess what? General Theresa saved my life. The general himself. Then on the way home I ran into this guy with a halo over his head, calling himself a messenger. He brought me all the way back to the city wall. So I've decided to change my name to Good Luck starting today. You guys can forget that lousy old name of mine. Oh, you're gonna die. A guy with a halo, a Sancta, and then the general? You sure learned how to lie, Good Luck. Believe me or don't, but either way, today's a fresh start for me. I'm gonna be a miner! I looted a Nezeru's house earlier and found some hot air balloons. Wanna launch me on one and put that luck of yours to good use? I'm in. Well, that was fast. Man, it feels good to be home. Good Luck glances around the people swarming the street. This is the life he knows. If he wants to survive, the city will always offer him a way. Thank you, Fate. And thank you, General. How are you not dead yet? Are we coming back to Good Luck sometime later? That is a loud start. Okay. BB-1 after. Autumn 1031, 1 year after Good Luck escaped from being a slave. The nomadic city of Kazdel. There's our guy. Hey, let me through already.
Watch it. Hey, no shoving. You want a good spot? I'll trade you mine for some high purity originium out of the mines. Don't just grab the leaflet out of my hands. The blood on you stinks.
Can't help it when you're breaking into dead people's houses. Lingonez. That's how you read that word, right? Where's Lingonez?
Gall.
Oh, where's Gaul?
How the fuck should I know where Gall is?
Might not realize the city of Kazdel is in Kazdel territory. True. Hey, what's with the attitude?
Shush. The Highnesses and the Royal Court big shots are discussing something in the chamber. I heard it's about reorganizing the city. Haven't you noticed all the extra guards in the street recently? So quiet down a bit.
Ugh, weather's been real stuffy today. So, the commission should be assembled by now. It is decided. The military commission will replace the war council in assisting the King of Sarkaz Theresa in decision-making related to Kazdel's military and political affairs. The military commission will be the sole administration of Kazdel, and none have the authority to issue commands to the Sarkaz in the royal court's name. All present have already received the details of the resolution. To the royal court leaders who still wish to cling on to the war council, know that the military commission of Kazdel will become the final bastion of the Sarkaz, our eternal fortress, and usher in a new order. Are there any further questions? Is that? Oh baby, it's Logos' mom. Mommy Milker Milfers, hello? Hello? Hi? Your Highness appears more haggard than you did yesterday. Please look after your health. No military commission is worth it. If it comes at the cost of your Highness's health. Lacuramaline. Thank you. That's a mouthful. I know how hard you worked for this day, and I also know how Kazdel today views the banshees of the Convalis. You want mommy milk? You want to be held? You want to be comforted by mommy Logos? Mommy Lacquer? But before I state our position, I encountered a lost envoy of the Liches on my journey here. He entrusted me with a letter for your highnesses. That he couldn't even find the road here, let this be proof of the immense changes Kazdel's undergone. A letter from Lithanian. Is this from the old lich bastard that showed up during the Lithanian event? Probably. The professor from the university. If things are going as expected, your highness's messenger would still not have received any news from the Cyclopses. Rather than waiting for the response from deep in the blizzard, should we not hear how the liches of Lithanian answer? You're right. It has been a very long time since the Sarkas were able to truly unite. Oh? The ornate calligraphy upon the letter turns into silken threads that float above the paper and weave into the shape of a familiar figure. Lich magic! Ha! I knew it! It's this guy again. Fremont! A lich who has long resided in Lithanian. It appears that he is now the first scribe for the liches. It seems that the arts practiced by the liches of Lithanian have seen some stylistic changes. Oh, he appears to be rather excited. Why is there only an image but no sound? Wow! Voicemail letter magic! Well, the Lich Envoy did suggest to me that he was rather vexed with refining his master's words, but never did I imagine that he would simply erase all the sound. In short, Fremont apologizes on behalf of the Liches. They are enthralled as ever by their quest for knowledge, and therefore unable to afford the distraction of making the long journey here. Nerds. Nerds. They were like, please come to Kazel, we're reuniting all of the bloodlines. The Liches were like, no. We're studying. We got homework. Sorry, can't go out. I got homework. But if Kazel were in ever need of their knowledge, they would happily throw wide the gates to their temple for the people that they have chosen. I'm sure that with your abilities, your highness can understand Frement's attitude on the matter from his image alone. It appears to me that as though he is sensitive to drastic change, as has always been his wont. Yes, there is another letter from Fremont, one addressed directly to the general. Might I remind you, Lackermaline, that you are nobody's messenger. You have not yet expressed where the Banshee Court stands. I assumed that we had reached an understanding in the course of our reminiscing yesterday. The Banshees will not participate. We are still recovering from the wounds inflicted by the past war, 60 years ago. Perhaps other Sarkas will castigate us for this, but all present should know that since the war, the elegies have yet to cease in our valley. We have suffered grievous losses. If Kazel calls upon the aid of the Banshees once more, then I will give the same promise as Fremont. Banshees will be there. Not today, though. But until that day, you will find us willing but unable. Naturally, I myself will render what little assistance I am able to give from this day onwards. That's more than we could ask for. Thank you, Lackermaline. You're welcome, your highness. You know where I stand. For the past 100 years, I have always stood by the decisions you have made. I can only hope that your brother does not blame us for watching from the sidelines. Next, Lord Nezeru, the Nezeru King. I'm a lord! I'm a Sarkaz lord! I am the Nezeru King, by the way. This is so stupid, so just assume we'll help. Yeah. We kind of still have wounds from the last war. We're here in spirit. You're once the leader of the War Council and the mentor of Theresis and I. What is your opinion on these many proposals? Where did the other council members that you represent stand on the matter? This is me. This is my sprite. I am the Nezeru King, Nezeru. Have you discussed them with the Damatsi cluster? They have long since taken root in Kazdel under many different names and faces. We have many conversations over the years and they have no objections. Then I have no objections of my own. Your Highness need not worry about the bureaucratic hurdles, policy imperfections, or enforcement mechanisms. Where I stand is also where the other members of the council stand. We all know what we truly long for, a turnabout, a change, a banner. Go, do as you will. You will, Nezeru King, I promise you that. I trust that this stagnant and dulled war can take on a new form in your hands. I notice you have not said a word this entire meeting. Sanguinarch of the Vampires.
Ah! This fucker!
To take the War Council and the century of history behind it, and sweep it into the gutter alongside the exalted heroic age and what little triumphs within. Is that the General's decision?
I'm trying to put a Neil Newborn Astarian twang to the Sanguinarch.
It is our decision, yes. Speak your mind, Ducarael. Ducarael lowers his gaze.
Theresa's white skirt is mottled with many blackened bloodstain. The Sanguinarch is highly attuned to such matters. He senses the blood of the lowly, the foul stench of fallen descendants, and the murky taint of royal court members who willingly debase themselves. He can smell the unpure! He can smell mixed blood!
I thank your highness for purifying that filthy blood that I abhor in my stead. But never have I needed to hide my request behind honeyed words, such as it has been for every king in the past, so it will be for you. The military commission is merely an attempt to hide sarcasm, witchcraft, and blood behind the more modern, more efficient name. Truth be told, I feel like this is insignificant. More insignificant, it is simply not necessary. You reject the proposal? On behalf of the Vampire Royal Court? Ducarael glances at Theresis, but Theresis remains indifferent to him. Time has left almost no trace on the mixed blood Sarkaz. He stands steadfast by Theresa's side, the same nameless warrior who stood by the seamstress a century ago. His eyes never fall on the vampire. Not a rejection, no. I am merely expressing some minor frustrations about this meeting. You are great and powerful. All of you are. How long has it been since so many members of the royal court have gathered here in Kazdel? Not to mention that it was you who defeated that foolish coalition in the prior age and wrestled the future into your own hands before personally establishing the War Council. And now you wish to personally change this council? Why? Look about you at all the other dignitaries in this chamber. Banshees? The Nezeru? You have long reached a consensus. The only obstacle to your military commission is myself. And the vampires, of course. You would foist some ridiculous title upon me before forcing all the vampires to bow down to your commission. When did you learn this political trickery that those Victorians and Lithanians so love? Why not just take my head here and now and slaughter the vampires within the city halls? Why do they keep inviting this guy? Probably because he's very powerful. The vampires are very strong. Don't think Warfarin would let this guy represent him? I don't think Warfarin is representative of the Kazdelian vampires. She's kind of like a zoomer. She's a zoomer, and the Sanguinarch is a mega boomer. A mega boomer in a 21-year-old's clothing. 21-year-old skin. This meeting was not convened to persecute anyone. Was it not? It was convened to discuss how to bring Kazdel into a new age. A new age? In that so-called Age of Six Heroes the songs love to praise, what I saw was bloodthirst and violence. I had thought that when I arrived in Kazdel, I would be greeted with the sound of Yili's wailing, but what did I see instead? I saw the coalition routed. Witchcraft enough to cover the land and fill the skies crushed the enemy front. The power of the Sarkaz shook the earth. I felt amazement. I felt excitement.
Spurred by my passion, I took the head of the Lithanian envoy that orchestrated the coalition and offered it to the War Council. Nezeru.
Huh? Me?
That war was a true beginning of our new age. I thought you would agree with me. Have you two succumbed to schemes and politics and shut your ears to the echoes of the Abyss? The Abyss has no place for you, Ducarel. Do not drag me into your tantrum. My apologies, but I am curious. What position did they offer the esteemed Sarkaz Master of War in the Military Commission that has rendered even you so short-sighted? What do they have to leash the wild beast? All I await is the next war. Because the Nezerers love feasting on souls. And what war would that be? If it pleases you, Your Highness, come, Ducarel. I will show you.
Teresa nods her head in silent approval. The King of the Sarkaz's emotions envelop the entire chamber and all the members of the royal court. We're having a vision! We're having an echo! I didn't know Teresa was a warrior of light. She's gonna show them with her Black Crown powers a vision. Through the king's eyes, they see ruination and grief. They see the century-old order of the Gaulish Empire so painstakingly maintained within the core region, obliterated by the combined forces. I'm still reading, you piece of shit! I hate it when mobile games do that. They see Lingonis, the capital of the world, doomed to never again appear on the map of Terra. Lingonis. Is Lingonis Gaul or Casdelian? Ooh! There's Kelsey. Those present recall the campaign that reduced Kazdel to dust. Okay. So the war 60 years ago was led by Kelsey. Those look like Steam Knights in the background. Though, wait, no, those are Steam Knights plus also Kazimieshan Knights. Those are Kazimieshan Lancers. So, the war 60 years ago, the powers that be just decided, hey, Kazdel and the Sarkaz are kinda getting menacing. Let's crush them and make them rebuild again. Let's do this every 60 years. Let's have an anniversary around it. Let's do that over and over again. Let's keep them down. But it is not yet over. An even further future, an even further fantasy, an even further possibility. Is that a vision of the past or the future? It is no longer a story to reflect upon. Rather, it is speculation, a deduction, a prediction, and a verdict. But none question it, for all possibilities must be treated equally, even for the one they see. And its ending is equally significant and indisputable as any other. It is a change, a turning point in history, a divergence of fate. A crucial war looms on the horizon. It will span from now into the distant future, impacting every Sarkaz in all of Terra. All present has seen their positions in that war, the roles that they wish to play. This is the main theme. They usually only play this during pivotal moments of the main theme. I don't know if it's specifically the chapter 8 main theme or if it's just the Victorian theme. I don't quite remember. You should understand now, Vampire. You should understand what these visions mean. Or perhaps you have begun to grow weak and feeble, as Elise in the short span of 100 years. You were once a warrior. I cannot deny that. But are you saying that the new and reborn Kazdel requires the royal court to relinquish its former authority? Close, but not quite. The new Kazdel will no longer require the royal court's former authority. It will be more modern, more efficient, Ducarel. How can the Sarkaz speak of unity while you continue to indulge in your noble bloodlines? Will it come from the rule of the royal court?
You may still rule over your own court and maintain the power and prestige you hold among the Sarkas, but the vampire court must yield to the military commission. I promise you this in Theresa's name. When the age that you witness comes, Kazdel will no longer be a single dot upon the map. It was once more than just a city, and so it shall be more again. It seems I have spoken out of turn. Please continue, Your Highness Theresa. The aftermath of the ongoing conflict, enough to reshape current power dynamics, will engulf us all. It may come in 50 years, in 10, or perhaps even tomorrow. Kazdel cannot escape it. The Damatsi and I saw the visions of the campaign that will destroy Lingonese. High-efficiency command systems made possible by Originium Arts, high-speed battleships that can break through front lines, maneuver tactics that can mobilize entire legions. New advancements are applied to the battlefield as we speak. Their capacity for destruction is surpassing our innate instinct rooted in our bloodlines. The world is progressing. Witchcraft cannot save us. We must unite. We must unite under a single banner. In the name of Kazdel. Cook, Hypergryph, cook! What worries me more is the fact that we must still find fellow Sarkas among the countless casualties of war. Gaul employed royal court casters, and liches in Lithanian are killing each other in battle, while a certain Wendigo is spilling the blood of his fellow Sarkas to prove his loyalty to the Ursine Tsar. Patriot? No shot! Patriot! As for the Sarkas mercenaries sent to the front lines as arts fodder, they won't even be counted in any nation's casualty statistics. The Sarkas massacre one another in wars we have no stake in, regardless as disposable goods to be abandoned without care by the leaders of those wars. For the sake of keeping pace with those changes, the Sarkas must once again gather around the furnace, and if necessary, the power to dominate the war must lie in our hands. Theresis looks to Theresa, waiting for her opinion. But Theresa does not speak, her eyes placid as before. We will plunder the other nations, and wrest their most profound secrets from them. We were once the proud Tikas, forced to become Sarkas and derided as devils. Because the Outlanders feared us, it is an ancient fear rooted deep in their hearts. Let us remind them. Let us show all of Terra our history and legend that have been either forgotten or falsified. The Sarkas are not weak. We do not need others to save us from our fate. On the contrary, we will dictate the fate of Terra. Dictate how this land should move forward. The details of our plan have been delivered to all present through the runic arts of the Banshees. Dukerel, do you still hold doubt? No? Exceptional work, Theresis. Set aside a seat on the military commission for the Crimson Court. We accept. It appears that our Nezeru king has not yet grown addled with age, but as to whether or not he could usher in a grand feast. Warriors need not die in a blaze of glory. That is the vulgarity only chased by those who seek fame. Oh, I nearly forgot you were still here, Lacrimaline. I have yet made myself abundantly clear from the start, Prince Dukerel. I need only silently observe your enthusiastic attempt at self-expression. How pitiful it is to look upon such a shabby little court. I will cherish your elegies. Then this I promise you. When death comes for you, the Lord of Banshees will sing you an elegy, delivered to you by the night wind. Oh, shit! Well, that's poetic, because it's Logos and Amia that eventually kills the Sanguinarch. Okay, that's very poetic. Yes, Logos did sing them an elegy with the bone whistle during chapter 13. Imagine if Patriot stayed in Kazdel instead of going to Ursus.
I don't know if the Wendigo had a choice. It was kind of an enslavement deal when it came to Ursus, I think. Not quite sure about that. Set aside your chatter for another time. It seems their highnesses still have matters to discuss. The other members of the War Council will wish to know their decisions. Zuccarel, Lacrymaline, and your Damazi disguise outside the door with me. Actually, I'm not quite entirely sure what the relationship between the Wendigo and Ursus was, to be exact. That is a good question. What if Patriot and the Wendigos did stay in Castel? The Nezeru king nods his head towards Theresa. The other two members of the royal court did not bid the king farewell, they simply followed the king out of the chamber. The Matsi didn't show up! Once again, they're off in their own way of doing things. After the meeting's end, Theresa stays by Theresa's side, standing silently. He knows that she will be expecting an answer from him. He never mentioned that he would announce the plans for war to the royal court. He did not refute me either. Would I have been able to refute anything? You are all well aware about what I think. If you wanted to argue against any of it, you would have done so a few years ago. For now, I have them by the reins, but it's not just them. The entire city hungers for war. I will prevent matters from heading down the worst possible path, lest the prospects of Terra's continued existence become infinitesimally... Words are hard. Infinitesimally small. You must be quick about it. I will. What does Fremen's letter say? As Theresis opens the envelope, the writing vanishes before his eyes. Goddamn lich magic! Yet, the message has already been etched itself indelibly into his mind. He has surmised what would transpire during the meeting rather accurately. He has given his opinion on some matters alongside a reminder. Do not place all your coming hopes in one basket. Ooh. Maybe the liches knew something that everyone did not. The nomadic city of Castel. Castel! In case we forgot that we are in Castel. The country of Castel, but also the capital city known as Castel. In case you forgot, we're in Castel. Castel. In case you forgot, chat.
You with that, Babel. Don't count on the military commission to look after you at all.
Newly arrived medic. This is a goat woman. Huh. That's not a sarcasm. We're here to help you.
Help us? My parents died at the hands of you Lithanians. Got some nerve. What? Not scared of me?
Well, we knew what to expect when we came here. Just needs getting some used to. Besides, our captain warned us not to agitate the locals.
You looking down on me?
Huh? No?
The hell's this? Let me go!
Monster jump scare! Welcoming wave! Don't harm him. Do make him leave. Dr. Kelsey? Hag! Hag spotted! I said not to deviate from our planned route, even if it was to treat the wounded along the way. Sorry, Dr. Kelsey. No matter, you handled it well. We've reached our destination. Welcome to Babel. Babel office, Castel. Did you manage to retrieve all our stray colleagues? Yes, all's well with them. Construction of Babel's facilities is proceeding smoothly. The school that you were looking forward to is already complete. Yet I heard that the unbeatable Dr. Kelsey has had not too long ago been turned down, perhaps even kicked out. I did not foresee such a direct refusal. I'm not surprised at all, to be honest. To many sarcasms, the invitation of the king is barely worth the paper it's printed on. Now, I don't know if any of you picked up on this, but Theresa's manner of speaking is so much more casual when she's speaking to Kelsey compared to when she's speaking to her brother and the royal court. She's using way more casual language. She's way more concise. On the other hand, our connections with Sargon and Rimbilton have delivered good news. As for Columbia, some scientists have proposed a technology exchange program. They have their eyes on the ancient Sarkaz witchcraft, while we have need of their latest mobile farms. It took us a century's effort to share an equal dialogue with these powers. The results speak for themselves. You are creating new history, Theresa. Extremely rare smiling Kelsey sprite. Holy fuck, wait a minute. How many times have we seen this smiling Kelsey sprite in the entire story of Arknights? A handful of times. I can remember a few times we've seen it. It's understandable for the royal court. It'd be weird if she just casually talked to them. Now, I'm implying these girlfriends got something going on. But I can tell you've had a lot on your mind recently. The military commission has been formally established. Babel's existence will spark yet another near irreconcilable conflict within Kazdel. Our staff comes from different races and nations. How should they live alongside the Sarkaz? If your efforts to soothe enmity and prejudice instead become a fuse to spark conflict anew, what does your highness plan to do? If we cannot even eliminate prejudice and hatred within the walls of Kazdel, how can Babel hope to achieve equality for the Sarkaz throughout all of Terra? Cook, Hypergryph! Cook! Oh, snap! Okay. There will be members of the military commission posted to Babel soon. They will ensure the safety of our people. This will also serve as a warning to some. Babel is backed by both Theresa's and me. Oh! Big reveal! Babel was a brainchild of both the twins, not just Theresa. Or maybe with just Theresa's approval. Who knows? There's a lot of complicated gears moving with this plotline. Like, Kazdel is building up an army to prepare for a coming war in the future. For the fate of Kazdel and the Sarkaz people. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, we're trying to eliminate the deep-rooted prejudice within the bloody history of the Sarkaz through the founding of Babel, deep in the actual heart of the capital of Kazdel. Actually, that's actually kind of sick. Both moving parts complement each other. Even though eventually, the war part is gonna come to a head and conflict with Rhodes Island. Oh right, did I ever tell you how I met a Sancta messenger, Kelsey? Strange. The Sancta do not generally dare to approach the borders of Kazdel. Was this why your highness disappeared this afternoon? Was it that obvious? I thought Lackermaline had me covered. The Lord of the Banshees clearly tried, but judging from the results, she isn't the best pick for clerical work. Well, what of the Sancta messenger? He was getting water from the river, and we struck up a conversation. We chatted about many things: history, peace, hatred. Our viewpoints did not align on most things, but I could sense in him wisdom and intelligence beyond his years. He had thoughts concealed within his heart, ones that he did not even know of. And so, you used the power of the King of Sarkaz on a Sancta. Oh. What happens when you do that? Wait a minute. Oh. Interesting. Does that work? I simply wish to know what this fated encounter meant. And what did it mean? It's still hard to say, but while I was looking at his soul, I felt perhaps we are not so alone, Kelsey. Many on this land are doing all they can to pursue hope. Hopes big and small. Hopes bright and beautiful. So it does work on the Sancta. Interesting. Oh, that hurt.
Are those people nuts or something? I just wanted to get a few nice things for myself. Never even heard of any Babel.
I swear, if Hypergryph kills off Good Luck, I'm storming Hypergryph's offices. You cannot give us Good Luck, who struggled through life, who escaped from being a slave just to kill him unceremoniously like this, Hypergryph. Leave him alone! Leave Good Luck alone!
He steadies himself against the wall, gasping for air as his vision begins to blur. Fatigue floods his limbs, weighing him down. Through his blurred vision, he sees another in front of him fall to the crazed attacker's blades. He knows he will be next. I refuse to die here. It's you or me, you bastards! Out of the way! He uses the last of his strength to barrel his way out, but the only resistance he meets is solid ground. All he sees is black.
Are you alright? Were you trying to save me just now? Is Good Luck alive?
You can't kill him.
Don't kill Good Luck. There's so much blood. Why does it feel like I'm the one saving you?
No! He's dying!
Oh, hold on. I'll bring you to Babel. Our doctors there can help you.
Ugh. I'm still alive.
Who would have thought that those lunatics would decide to attack innocent bystanders in broad daylight to get at Babel? I don't know how the others are faring. Hey, stay with me. I still don't know your name.
I'm Good Luck. No! Don't die!
For the first time, he regrets giving himself this name.
Foreshadowing is a narrative device.
Fuck you, Hypergryph! Come on, dog! You introduced Good Luck the first 3 chapters just to kill him off like that. Fuck off!
Why were they attacking Babel though? BB-2. BB-2. 26 years ago. Autumn. 1068. Wasserland, Lithuania. How do you like this piece? Like an energetic child waking from slumber, rushing out the door to enjoy the fruits of life to the fullest. Because they don't agree with our ideals? I mean, yeah. Yeah, the sarcasms are like, we hate everyone, because they hate us. Why the fuck is Babel and Kazdel? Let's get out of here! It was the Kurfürst who wrote it, inspired by His Holiness' visit to the Wasserland when he was still a messenger for Laterano. The young and enthusiastic future pontiff told the children about all that he has seen, the ocean that Iberia watches over, the city of Athenius, where Minoan myth and machination exists in equal measure. Little tease on Minos? And the passing mention of Kazdel, the city of sin, the whereabouts of which are unknown. The Kurfürst was there, and he was fascinated by His Holiness' descriptions. The first draft of this work was in fact written at the time, but the Kurfürst was not satisfied. Even after many years of revisions, a final draft is yet to be completed. Until recently, when our scouts located the elusive nomadic city of the Devils and sent back photos. Gazing upon the enormous tracks left behind by the city, the Kurfürst found the missing element in the music ferocity. With that, the work was complete. You found Kazdel? Yes. The Kurfürst was astonished to find that the destiny of the work was entwined with the cities. I understand the reason the Kurfürst chose to present this piece on the eve of my return to Laterano. However, unlike his predecessors, His Holiness has no intention of initiating offensive actions against the Sarkaz. He is not interested in putting the sinless on trial without cause. I'm afraid I must disappoint the Kurfürst. The city itself is of no concern to the Kurfürst. Kurfürst? Kurfürst? I don't know how that's pronounced. How is this U pronounced?
He is far more interested in His Holiness' opinion of this piece. Please send this Holiness the warmest regards. Okay, got it. A musical piece for the Pope. Okay, stupid ass hat. We have a response from Syracusa. Only a few of the family have agreed to participate in the action. Their men will rendezvous with the fleet soon. I can't believe Laterano rejected us. Inform the Syracusans to move quickly. We must mop up the city before the other Kreese can react. Take Kazdel before the other Kurfürsten can. Kurfürsten? Do not repeat the mistake we made at Gaul and miss another opportunity. Okay. I mean, the predictions were right. The world was like, after Gaul, we'll head back straight to Kazdel. I mean, their fears were not unfounded. I like Lathanians. You always bring so much business. And it's smart that you disguise yourself as a prisoner in a smuggling crew, rather than flying the banner of a messenger. Now tell me, what do you want before I lose my patience? Trade, muscle, intel. The Scar market has everything you need. Stupid ass hat. Cooperation is team leader. We don't have a fixed price for cooperation. You sure your Kurfürst can pay my price? Don't you want to know what we're asking for first? There's nothing that money cannot buy here, Cabernet. What about Kazdel? Go on. The Kurfürst wants you to sabotage the city's propulsion system, nothing else. The down payment is in the safe that you took from the caravan. The Kurfürst will discuss the rest of the payment with you and Kazdel. I admire your boldness. Let me express my good faith with a little glimpse into the future for you. How will this pan out? The nomadic city of Kazdel. Kazdel. In case you guys forgot, we're in Kazdel, the capital of Kazdel, within the country of Kazdel. Take your things and scram, Lithanian. You're trying to poison me. These are just suppressants. You'll need them on the battlefield. The warships that surround us came from Lithanian. Outsiders like you must have led them here. I don't have an explanation. I know you're taking your son with you into battle. He could use the medicine. Keep your hands off my son. Good luck! He's alive! What's the commotion? Are you out of your mind? She's a Babel doctor. Good luck is alive! I swear, he should make it out of this entire event and become a future operator, please! For the love of Christ! Hypergryph! Make Good Luck an operator! We still don't have a sarcasm mercenary like him as an operator. As in, like a character archetype. No, Hodor does not count. No, all the other 5-star mercenary sarcas do not count. I want Good Luck specifically. Make him have like a 90%. Make him really weak. Make him a crusher guard. Give him 0 defense. Give him a shit ton of physical attack. No true damage though. But give him 90% chance to dodge physical damage. Make me a designer. Make me a character designer. I can make more broken operators than you, Hypergryph. Come on, dog. This guy needs like 90% chance to dodge physical attacks. Give him 0 physical defense as a crusher guard. But make his I don't know. I mean, we don't have a playable Goliath Sarkaz guard yet. Yep, pretty much. I'm fine, he wasn't really trying to hurt me. Huh, good luck. You married a Babel woman and now you've become a shill for the invaders. That'll be the death of you, I guarantee it. My man! My man married a goat woman. Many of us are also pained by the impending war. We've requested to join you on the front lines.
Lunatics. Who knows what schemes you have on the front lines? You'll get yours in the end.
Make him an April Fool's operator like Conviction. Give me the medicine. I'll distribute it. They're ready to leave. You go meet up with them. I'll take care of things here. Good luck. Your son. I didn't let him leave. The Lithanians want to force us into a catastrophe. It's safer for him to be in the lower level shelters in the city. Relax, Doctor. People have made it through catastrophes in the past. Maybe we'll have, good luck. Okay. So, good luck already has one fake out death. So, my prediction is they're not gonna kill him now. Surely. They gave him one fake out death already. He has plot armor now. That's my copium. He's alive until the end of the event. Surely. The furnace has burned for more than a century. War, catastrophe, migration, exile. All the suffering since the T-Kaz era has not extinguished the hatred of the Revenants. The Sarkaz have seen many Kazdels through the ages. The memory of yesterday may be unrecognizable by tomorrow. But the Soul Furnace has been a constant for this generation of Sarkaz. Home is where the Soul Furnace is. Oh, my hiccups are back. Kazdel. The furnace has not burned like this for many years. I can hear the cries of the Revenants even from here. Soon, this city will charge headlong into catastrophe. All we need to do is hold out until Nezeru's reinforcements arrive, until Kazdel once again passes through the catastrophe. They thought we would cower. They tried to assume our thoughts with their conceptions of common sense. It was so 170 years ago, it is so now. Arrogant and laughable fools who never took the time to truly understand us. What fate do you think awaits this city, Theresis? To be honest, the chances that it survives are slim. Oh, fuck! Scar-Eye, is going to sabotage the engines once they're in the eye of the catastrophe. Oh, fuck. This is how the nomadic city of Kazdel falls, and why we don't see it or see any mention of it in modern day, I think. Kazdel was immobilized the last time it braved the catastrophe. It took us a decade just to get it moving at full speed again. And the forest of crystals in the mines and on the walls could never be removed, ruining years of our plans for the city. I don't know if the city can survive another ordeal like that, much less one that's even worse. Good luck rarely comes twice. I believe in this city, Theresis. Not because of luck, but because we built this city, and I won't give up on it. The story of this city does not end here, Your Highness. I may not be able to see its future clearly, but there is one thing I can say for sure. The city continues to exist in the distant future. Scar-Eye? No one can say, however, if it will be a sanctuary of hope or a ghost city of the dead. Scar-Eye, have you not grown tired of the ambiguous words of your kind? And need I remind you that no amount of mercenaries can ensure your safety in this city? There is no deceiving Your Highnesses, of course. Kazdel's doors are open to every Sarkaz, but you'd better have a good reason to set foot in this city with your mercenaries at a time like this. I was made an offer most difficult to refuse, which obliged me to enter the city and seek an audience. What is it that you're carrying? Oh, this? Something insignificant. Oh, I mean, someone. The Lithanians wanted me to sabotage Kazdel. I have been away from my kin for many years, but as Your Highnesses said, Kazdel is the root of all Sarkaz. So, I felt that I had to deliver this Lithanian with my own hands in order to prove my innocence. Damn! Loyalty goes deep!
Blood runs deep with the Sarkas, even though the Sarkas are not related by blood. What are you thinking? Exactly as I said. What can I possibly hide before the king of the Sarkas? But if you're not interested in my gift of good faith, then I see no need to carry it with me anymore. It's heavy after all. We could toss it off a cliff. He casually casts the bag into the furnace, where it's incinerated in an instant. Hardcore. Just tossed in. The messenger. Without a sound. Oh, he dead. He dead. The revenants burned him to crisp. The furnace is always an impressive sight, no matter how many times one sees it. Your Highness needs not pity him. He should have foreseen the risks when he approached the Scar Market. I trust Lithanian was not miserly with its terms. It's simple, Your Highnesses. I prefer immediate payment over empty promises. But more importantly, I don't work for the losing side. Are you predicting our victory? It wasn't I who saw it. It was the Cyclopses who left the prophecy 1,000 years ago. I'm simply betting that Your Highnesses are the protagonists of this prophecy. Regardless, the safest businesses for the Scar Market is with Your Highnesses. It would keep business flowing for at least the next 50 years or so. Is that not so, Your Highnesses? You're clever. Prophecy does not bring victory, but we can. Bring your mercenaries. We're moving out. Okay. Here we go. The crowd stirs. The Sarkas procession leaving the city is quiet, except for the occasional clang of weapons and equipment. Their silence is rooted in the knowledge of the fate that awaited them beyond the city's gates. They wrap banners, torn from the walls around their waists, or clutch originium spikes chopped from the streets as makeshift weapons. Each has their own ritual to remember the city that they may never return to. Oda! Creator of One Piece, Oda? Is that you? Is that Eiichiro Oda? Mom, Dad, where are you? Dad, Mom. Wait a minute. Is Oda Good Luck's son? No! Wait a minute! Or maybe not? People really need to watch their kids. They can't be allowed to run wild. Ouch! Okay, Twink Manfred jump scare. Shota Manfred. Thank you. Where did you come from? Why are you leaving the city? You'll fall if you're not careful. I'm looking for my mom and dad. Are you going out too? Yes, I'm going to the battlefield. Are you looking for your mom and dad there too? Can I come with you? No, I'm all by myself. Why are you going out then? Because I don't want to hide in the city. I want to fight the people who are doing bad things to us. That's what my parents told me before they left. I want to fight too, but mom and dad won't let me go. I tried to sneak out and got a beating when they found out, but I don't want to be away from mom and dad. We'll go together then, and find your mom and dad. But there'll be a lot of bad people out there. Are you scared? You're not scared? Mom and dad aren't scared? I'm not scared either. The disheveled child pumps his fist to show courage, but his trembling betrays him. The older child knows that the young boy does not fully understand what is happening outside the city. But the young boy knows something simple but true. Bad guys should be chased away. Families should be together. So he takes the boy's hand and joins the procession. How do we find your parents when we're out there? They work for Babel. Fuck! No! They have a picture of a tower on their clothes. No! Good luck!
No, he's a child of good luck, and the goat woman, the goat medic. No, they're gonna die. Babel, I know that place. Are you from Babel too? No, I grew up in the military commission institution. I guess I'm from the military commission. Military commission? What's that? A place that protects people, just like Babel. Doubt. What's your dad's name? Let's squeeze our way to the front. Maybe they're up ahead. Good luck. Good luck? Yes, he's good luck. Why are you laughing? Nothing. Just shout his name. Maybe he'll hear you. Two children squeeze forward in the procession, holding each other's hand and calling out good luck with their tiny voices. A few heads turn and sigh when they see the young and naive faces. They did not understand what that meant. Good luck. It is what they all need. Why you gotta give us a tragic irony, Hypergryph? On an evening in the autumn of 1068, the music playing the first of Wasserland's study was interrupted by the sound of frantic knocking on the door. The fleet that was pursuing the nomadic city of Kazdel had broken off its pursuit. Those crazy devils charged straight into a catastrophe. It's only by sheer good luck that they got away. Okay, Hypergryph, calm the fuck down. Bro, we get it. We get it. Irony, foreshadowing, is a narrative device. Years later, the Kurfürst of Wasserland still recounted the reason for his failure with palpable disdain. Oh. Those are loud first notes. But also, please, please, please do not kill Good Luck. But judging by Oda becoming an operator in the future, it seems very unlikely. No! How tiny we seem when we stand beside the tracks of this ship. Yes, it's a most impressive war machine. With their bodies as barriers, the Nezeru halted its advance at a tremendous cost. The Banshee's shrieks, powerful enough to shatter consciousness, only managed to force the Lithanians to retreat below deck. If not for the catastrophe and the rough terrain in this valley, we're so far behind, and time is running out. Kazdel must have equally powerful weapons, if not more so. Foreshadowing is a narrative device. All our previous attempts have failed. A century ago, few believed that we could build a nomadic city out of Kazdel, yet we did. If we are to catch up to them now, we can't afford to take the unconventional path. We have word from Damatsi, the battleships on the horizon are slowing down. Have they given up? No. The Kurfürst's orders were to continue the pursuit, but the commander of the fleet ordered them to slow down. They're concerned about the catastrophes in the terrain. They've seen what happened to the ship. At the current rate, we can expect to engage them at dusk. We have bought enough time for Kazdel to retreat. Teresa looks back at the two storms entwining on the waste, trying to catch a glimpse of the city. She sees nothing. Where is Kazdel now? Is it moving through the storm? Are the people in the shelter safe? The storms are converging. Our retreat has been cut off. A battle is inevitable. Theresis? I never thought I'd see you lose focus on the battlefield. What's that? That's... A convergence of two catastrophes? Are they touching tips? Is a baby catastrophe being born? The storms rage, the young taunting the old. The newborn storm slams into the dying storm, to the war of drums of thunder. Roiling air currents clash and combine between the two storms. A mega catastrophe? Violence begets peace, and a passage appears where the storms converge. The eye! There's an eye forming! They can escape!
Lightning flashes and thunder cracks. A path through the storm. The storm. Let's go, Theresa. The storm has given us a path. Those who survive through it will have another chance. Oh wait, we'll do it together. The Damatsi cluster passes their command to every Sarkaz present. The warriors see their leaders walk into the storm side by side and follow with no hesitation. The procession advances into the tempest, the strong supporting the weak, the brave encouraging the fearful. Do you see that, Theresis? Within the roar of the tempest, they seem to hear the voice of the snowstorm in that childhood dream. They see the prophecy. The thin-cloaked figure turns at the sound of her voice and sees the storm-bound procession.
Who the fuck is that? That is not a Mia silhouette!
Theresa sees a child. Mist gilded by the setting sun shrouded her shoulders, rising and blending with the shrieking winds above. He takes off his gauntlet and stretches his bare hand into the mist. The mist dissipates, and in his bloodied hand is the stone blade that the child is holding. You are... Grab! What are you doing here? You came in home. The child wrestles the blade from Theresa's hand and points it again at Theresis and the procession behind them. There is no difference between man and beast to the child who grew up in the waste. This is not a vision, this is a random child. You want to kill me? Kill you. Nobody taught her how to speak. She simply emulates the sounds made by those who pass by. Theresis looks down silently at this thin figure. Let me show you how to hold a knife. You! The child hesitates for a moment before putting her knife in Theresis' outstretched hand. Bring me. Theresis gazes into Theresis' eyes. Prophecy. A sword to slay the regent king. A spear to pierce the royal king. But they never cared much for prophecy. Very well. Come with me. The home of the Sarkaz is not on the barracks. Bro, who did they pick up? Do you have a name? Name? Me? From now on, you have a new name. Fuck off. Ascalon? Fuck off! Hey, yo! Bro? So they found Ascalon in the wastes, and she gave them an echo of the thousand-year-long prophecy. Ooh. 10 days later. The nomadic city of Kazdel. In case you guys forgot that we're in the capital city of Kazdel within the territory of Kazdel. Giga Chad Ascalon pointing a knife at the regent. Look, Doctor, the furnace has been relit. Is it moving? The city's finally moving. Ouch. The wife is alive. Surely good luck is alive. Careful, your wounds might open again. I've got to go through to the furnace.
The furnace burns again, and Kazdel still sails. The Lithanians didn't manage to kill us. I didn't mean you, Doctor. Come with me to see it. You deserve the same honor as the warriors who survived. But I'm not Sarkaz. You people are heroes too. Come watch Their Highnesses command the Goliath to support the leaning furnace. Watch the sparks fly when iron hammers beat upon the broken core. Hear the elegy of the Banshee and witness the final journey of fallen heroes when they enter the furnace to fuel it. This used to be an occasion that only the Sarkaz could see. I would love to go, but there's still lots of wounded to treat. Alright, tell you what, I'll bring back a couple bottles of booze and some fresh fruit, and we'll... You're not allowed to drink. And who the heck drinks in a medic tent? Come on, it's just a little flesh wound. No means no. It's your eripathy that's the problem, not to mention you're a terrible drinker. When did you ever see me drink? Oh, right. The time that I was drunk and came to you with a bunch of eripathy bombs. Ugh, that was only one time in all these years. You know I can't afford booze. I can't stop you. Why don't you go yourself? Won't be the same without you. But I'm a Lithanian. And? Do you support those nobles who profit off the war? I ran away from home because I couldn't stand them. There you have it. Wait a second. You say you ran away from home? Were you noble? No? I was kind of thinking, your equipment doesn't look like it's from Babel. Well, I won't speculate. It does nobody any good. So you can go on your own. I doubt the soldiers on the front lines would get along with a Lithanian. When I saw the Lithanians string my father up by a sewer entrance to humiliate him, I never imagined I could befriend the Capernae doctor either. Back then, the only people who showed us any kindness were poor, infected, or both. That's why class solidarity between the oppressed and the working class is very important. It doesn't matter where we come from, what our creed is, we got class solidarity versus the people who want to oppress us and the capitalists who want to keep us down. Hypergryph base! Right, enough of the sad stuff. Be back in a jiffy. Seriously, since when did the Sarkaz become so glib-tongued with me? I wonder if this could count as progress, Theresa. In any case, Kazil's moving again. Things will get better. Oh, good luck. Back already? Well, it's about time you laid down. This is not good news. That is not good luck. Oh, sorry. I thought you were someone else. Oh no. Fuck off, Hypergryph. Wait, your wounds are really bad. Nobody treated your arts burns? The Lithanians did it. My son's dead. They burned him alive before my very eyes. I was the only one who lived. Bro, calm down. She's Babel. She's Babel. At least let me see your wounds. They burned him alive. He was screaming. They used arts to hang him in the air for everyone to see. My brothers, they're dead. My captain is dead. The Lithanians stood on the high ground. They raised their staffs. Looked just like... With bloodshot eyes, the nearly deranged Sarkaz fixates on the doctor's staff abandoned in the corner. The emblem of home she had left behind hangs from her staff. Like a real... The doctor does not sense the hostility. She lifts his stop to inspect the wound, but feels a chill run up her spine.
You're armed. Why didn't the guards check you? The light of the soul furnace lights up the night sky above Kazdil like the midday sun. The fires crackle, echo like a mournful growl, a somber tribute to the fallen who had become its fuel. All the Sarkaz set their eyes on the sky that night. And no one notices the light from one of the field hospital's windows go out.
Fuck off, Hypergryph! Come on! Man. So, there goes Good Luck's wife. There goes Oda's mom. At least spare our boy Good Luck! Spare him, Hypergryph! He's a single father!
Your Highness?
Why was I brought here? Oh, yes! I have good news to report!
What news?
We won! We defeated the Lithanians! Your Highness! Me, my son, and the Blue Blood Squad! We won! We won! Are you not glad, Your Highness? Were we too slow? Blake, my son, bring me the battle plan. Son? Son! Son! I mean, sorry, Your Highness. I don't know where my son went.
You killed the doctor. One who has served Kazdel for years, treating oripathy patients.
Kazdel. Doctor. No. You misunderstand, Your Highness. I only fight Lithanians.
Have you read his emotions, Theresa? Pain, confusion, madness. He has driven himself mad to escape the painful memories. He doesn't even know what crime he committed. The others do. The guards discovered him brawling with another Sarkaz amid shattered casks of liquor, which ignited and spread fire throughout the field hospital. All await the king's response, but you cannot be the one to do it. Leave it to me.
Your Highness! General! I gave my all to defeat the Lithanians! For my son! Was I wrong to do so? Your Highness!
Take him away. His name is Logan, given to him by his mother, who was one of the first Babel engineers.
Hypergryph! Hypergryph! It's only the 3rd chapter. We're only in the 3rd chapter. How much violence are you putting in this one event? Brother, calm the fuck down! Low light!
He hardly uses any arts. But the guards were hypnotized by arts. Someone is behind this. The military commission will not investigate the Sarkaz for the sake of an outsider. Not after they've just been through another ordeal. Neither should Babel. We have no choice. The war has just ended. Babel should withdraw from military and political affairs, at least for the time being. You know that's not what Babel's about in the first place. I do, but many don't.
I will define the parameters for Babel's activities. Babel members will continue to serve Kasdil's medical, educational, and technological needs from this area. The military commission will continue to protect them, but we must take every effort to avoid conflict. There will come a day when the repressed hatred boils over, and even we will be powerless when that day comes. Kasdil's in urgent need of a change. We have to solve the Urginian problem. Soon. But even that won't solve all of our problems. I know. I've always known.
Young Ascalon! Let's go!
There you are, Ascalon. What have you seen in this city? Death. People cry. People die. Cry? Cry tears? Teresa stretches out his hand. A delicate stone knife lies in his palm. Knife, my... Keep it safe. A warrior should treasure their weapon. I will teach you how to sharpen your blade. But it's up to you to decide whom it cuts. You're too impatient, Theresis. She's not ready to understand these things yet. She has to understand, sooner or later. Maybe, but for now... What we should give to a frightened child is a little bit of peace. Do you like the city, Ascalon? Compared to the armored general, Ascalon does not like the sarcasm woman crouched before her. She seems to see through all of her thoughts, leaving no secrets, a most dangerous thing in the waste. But she cannot bring herself to be hostile to this gentle sarcasm. No need to be afraid. You know I don't mean you any harm. Come, touch my horn. We're the same. Warm here. Warm me. Yes, warm. Hatred and killing are not the only way to solve a problem. Way? Problem. Teresa says no more. It is difficult for a girl who has known nothing but the ways to understand certain words, even with the help of the King of Sarkaz. She takes Ascalon's hand. It's like the wound on your palm. Weapons can't heal it, only time and medicine can. Ow! It's okay, I've cleaned your wound. You'll need to take care of it. Be patient. One day you'll wake up and find that it doesn't hurt anymore. Yeah. Babel classroom, Kasdil. No one here. We'll wait a little longer. It's not lesson time yet. They'll come. Look, it's Theresis. Casualty report from the military commission. There are many children, most of them students. Oh.
Oh. Ooh. Post-war casualty report. The Lithanians killed a lot of children. Add a couple of war crimes to Lithanian, please.
The ones that lived.
Ooh, they were all sent out to war. Right, just like Manfred, just like Oda.
Their parents are no longer willing to let the outsiders of Babel teach them. Plus, if memory serves, many of Babel's teachers have already left out of fear. You're troubling yourself too much with trivial matters, Teresa. You need to rest. We still have to. I want to wait a little longer, Theresis. Very well. He does not leave. The classroom is eerily quiet. Teresa closes her eyes and recalls the students who used to fill the classroom. They said we could get potatoes for coming to school. I didn't understand that one, Your Highness. Do you have any simple stories? You said you went to the outside with mercenaries when you were our age? There's a sea between Sargon and Iberia. What's a boat? Why can't we go up on deck? Why should we throw up? Why would we throw up? Lithanian spires. Are they like our furnace? People who are nice to us? Dad says there's no foreigners like that. The teachers here are nice to us. Students come and go, but she always managed to get them to return. But this time, no one came. Oh?
Manfred!
General Theresis, Your Highness, You.
The hilt of a stone knife hits the boy in the chest. Although unable to break free, the boy is trained to look up at the tall, gaunt girl who has him pinned.
I saw General Thesis come this way. I just wanted to. Theresa, Your Highness, you're here too. The classroom. Are you teaching?
Put down the knife, Ascalon. He deserved it though. He deserved it for everything he's gonna do in the future.
Your Highness.
You're looking for me?
Yes, I came to seek an answer for the children who lost their parents. I know the military commission will take care of them as they took care of me.
Surely.
Clueless. But will this change anything? What if another war comes? I want to change things, but I don't know what I can change or what I should change.
The two rulers gaze upon the fearless child, each arriving at their own answer inside.
What's your name?
Manfred.
As if we didn't already know.
That's for the audience. Our boy! He's alive! Good Luck is alive! Oh, but he's a single father now. Fuck. Oh my god. Hypergryph, leave this family alone. It's just a single father and his child now.
Dad, we've been standing at the door forever. Why can't we go in? Mommy's hurt very badly. She needs some quiet to rest. We shouldn't bother her. But I miss Mom. Daddy misses her too, but not now. We'll go home together once I come back. Where are you going, Dad? I have to leave the city for a bit to make the people who hurt Mommy pay. Stay here with Mommy and wait for Daddy.
Can you stay, Daddy? We'll figure out a way to make Mommy better, I promise.
Do you like Mommy's name? Oda?
Yeah, it sounds very nice.
It's your name now. But I'll teach you to fight the bad guys with Mommy's weapon once I get back.
Okay, I'll beat up the bad guys who hurt Mommy.
But will beating up the bad guys make her feel better? You'll understand someday, Oda. I'll be back. Wait for me.
No! He's never coming back! He's going out for milk and never coming back! Good Luck turns around towards the crystal-infested city wall. The only thing left that ties him to this city is Oda. Oda and Oda. Okay, Hypergryph. Calm the fuck down. Chill out. Was that after? That was after. Okay. Well, shit. What the fuck? I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee. My coffee's cold now. I've just been locked in. What the hell was all that? Chill out, Hypergryph. We're not even a third of the way there yet. People have died. Okay. Story. BB-3. Let's go. "8 years ago, summer, 1086. Residential district, the nomadic city of Kazdel, Kazdel. In case you guys forgot, we're in the city of Kazdel, in the territory of Kazdel.
Remember the promise we made at the beginning of the lesson? Good. Keep your voice low when answering, and don't tell anyone about the classes. Ray Tank has been teaching about our history for the past months. As for myself, I've been struggling to decide what to teach you in our last lesson.
Ray Tanka, isn't he from the lore book?
Mathematics, language, architecture, weapon making. What I've come to realize is that whatever I teach you won't truly change our lives. We've lived silently in despair for too long. The war 18 years ago never ended. The ghost of Lithanian's fleet continued to haunt those who experienced that war. Many died in despair, drowned in the fear of war, and being consumed by the black rocks that grew from their bodies. But our instincts drove us to seek a way to overcome despair. Scar Market, okay. Some declared war in despair on the outsiders who oppressed us, but they all fell short in the face of cruel reality.
Good Luck is still alive! Bro! I told you that plot armor after the first fake out is thick. Good Luck is gonna make it out of here. He's gonna make it out of this event for sure.
Clueless. Came to see the contracts. I've never seen a more motivated mercenary than you. You trying to buy a mansion in Colombia or something? One should feel lucky just to be alive for so long. In that sense, I suppose your name is well deserved. I heard a bunch of jobs came in lately. Anything good? There are eyes on and in the city now. Things didn't turn out well for the last few who took the jobs. This Babel stuff. You sure you want to be part of that mess? Yeah, I trust my luck.
Sure, she became a Giga Chad all these years. He's kind of. There's a different aura to him now. He got that widowed, vengeful killer vibe. He's got that aura now.
Have it your way. There's a teacher in the town who's been saying good things about Babel's outsiders. Someone is willing to pay to shut him up for good. Will do. I look forward to your surprises. Hope your luck doesn't run out today. Surely, right? It's only chapter 4. The nomadic city of Kazdel. Kazdel. In case you guys forgot, we're in the capital city of Kazdel within the territory of Kazdel. It's been a while since Good Luck came back. The city has changed a lot. People come and go, and he is familiar with the words Babel and military commission. There are always people fighting over things that he does not understand. He does not understand why the Sarkas feel the need to fight one another. He takes out the photo of the target, a mild-mannered young man. The triangular marking on his sleeve seems familiar. A teacher is spreading praise about Babel's outsiders, inciting opposition against the military commission. Sorry, your luck just ran out today. Should be around here. Wait, this place.
Did he take a contract to kill his own son?
He's been away for a long time, but not long enough to forget his home. Oda's home. Oda, you should not have gotten involved.
Well, shit. Father versus son.
We've gotten used to despair from one defeat after another at the hands of powers beyond our ability to resist. But we need to convince ourselves that our despair was not self-inflicted, that it stemmed from an obvious source in our lives. That is what Babel has become for people in this day and age. It was Babel who brought the enemies. It was Babel's medicine that worsened our oripathy. It was Babel's education that sapped our will to resist. It was Babel who deluded the king of Sarkaz and tricked us into giving up on the collected blood debt from the outsiders. Babel is the source of all of our despair. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. That's an unfortunate misunderstanding. I see some of you nodding. No doubt you've heard the same from your parents. In desperate times, people often mistake hearsay for truth. But it is the truth, though. Is it the truth, though? Were our lives better without outsiders in Kazdel? Oh, so this is coming from Oda's point of view. He's teaching a bunch of people about Babel. Because his mom was part of Babel. And so was his dad, who is now trying to kill him. Don't take anything at face value. See, think, and find your own answer. Yes, it's hard to leave Kazdel. The land outside is full of danger. Even making it to the border of the next country is no small feat. But I'll still leave this place. I'll go to Lithanian, Columbia, Kazimiesh, to anywhere that I may find a way to change things. Then I'll come back and teach you, and all the children of Sarkas. What will happen to Babel, you ask? The future of Babel? Oh boy. Here we go! Hide yourselves. Don't make sound. Hello, are you looking for someone? Ascalon? Sorry, I got the wrong door. Do you need help? I'm familiar with this area. Oh no! Is Ascalon gonna kill Good Luck? Oh. Why must you do this, Hypergryph? Oh no! Ascalon might end up killing Good Luck. Ascalon scans the sparsely furnished room and understands. Is that a young Logos? Okay, got it. Young Logos. Do you live here on your own? Yes. My name is Ascalon. I'm from Babel. Thank you for sheltering him, but you must leave. Be careful. These are troubled times. You heard her. Someone knows you're here. You need to go. That's a boy in a dress. It's banshees. They do not conform to our traditional thoughts of gender constructs. They're banshees. First of all, a majority of them are women, and Logos is the only dude. You think they have pants? I don't think they even understand the concept of pants. Until Logos was born. Not just the military commission, but also those mercenaries who've been bringing trouble to our doorstep. I know. I'm very grateful for you for lending us your house to serve as a classroom. Oh, that's a teacher. I thought Oda was a teacher. Children. I'll take them home. Don't worry. You can continue your classes in a few days once the storm has passed. Are you implying Logos is wearing girl undies as well? I don't know. Do banshees wear undies? Do they understand the concept of underclothes? That's a different question entirely. Who knows how the minds of the nigh immortal think? Underwear are for those with the concept of time. Do you think Freeren wears underwear? I've already spent too much time here because I wanted to see the lessons through to the end. There are many places that I still need to see. Alright. Oh, don't forget the potatoes. They're from the children and me. It's not so much that they will serve as a few meals on the road. Thanks so much, all of you. I should be the one thanking you. I learned a lot from you. For the past few years, Kazdel has grown faster than its education and public thinking can keep up. I fear that our powers will be our own destruction if we don't change the present situation. The conflicts we see in Kazdel are now a good example. This is not how the Sarkas should be. I have yet to find a way to change all these, but I know that the answer does not lie within Kazdel. Goodbye, Oda. Goodbye. May your journey be safe and smooth. The spirit of Babel lives on in people, regardless if the people in Kazdel still believe in them. It's still within the hearts of some people. Oda watches as the teacher disappears around the corner, but does not go in. Fuck me, is Good Luck gonna kill the teacher? He does not remember when it started, but he has the habit of sitting by the door, waiting for a familiar someone to return. First scene. Good Luck returns home. Second scene. Ascalon comes through the front door of said home. Good Luck nowhere to be found. Third scene. Third scene. Teacher, target of Good Luck, leaves, apparently, safely. Where the fuck is Good Luck, Hypergryph? Don't you tell me Ascalon murked him and left his body in some gutter. Wind stirs the dust from the streets. The dust stirs up his tears. There's not even a shadow. He gently closes the door. He's alive! Brothers! This one dude staying alive through all the bullshit in these chapters is actually gonna make me cry, dog! Bruh! He's been through too much! Brother! I have wet eyes right now for Good Luck! How is he still alive? I told you! The plot armor from the first fake out is real! Oda. Good Luck sees the target leave the house. Then he sees a familiar figure he has not seen for a long time. His blade feels heavy. Cannot move. Oda, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I'm a lousy dad, but... He tightens his grip on his knife's hilt. He knows only one way to give Oda a better future. Fuck! No! No! Bullshit. This is bullshit, Hypergryph. His luck ran out! Why is this shit so tragic, dog? He just wanted to give Oda a good life. But the powers that be... Man, fuck off. My eyes are no longer watery. I am enraged. I am angry at Hypergryph. I'm angry at John Hypergryph Lowlight for putting me through this again. After giving him plot armor? A mist shrouds the corpse in the corner of the street, erasing all traces of its existence. The passing of a life in Kazdel is akin to a speck of dust falling to the ground, unheard, unceremonious, and unnoticed. His luck has run out. Fuck off! Fuck off! How long do you plan on hiding there, Manfred? Or are you planning to stab me in the back now? Ah, the twink became a twunk. He roided up. Another mercenary. How many have you killed? Didn't see the point to keep count. You would kill 1, 2, or even 100. But can you kill every single mercenary who accepts the contract? They just want to remind us that we've been complacent with the status quo for far too long. Using the lives of Babel members as a reminder. To remind whom? He made a promise to Her Highness Is this what he calls protection for Babel? All I see are crackdowns on Babel and mercenaries running wild. There are some things that should not be said aloud, especially not by you, Ascalon. If you don't like it, arrest me. Let's see if you've improved at all under his tutelage.
Get his ass!
The general has taught me that there are more important things than violence. By the looks of things, the mercenaries aren't the only ruthless cutthroats around here.
Stop dodging if you dare. I'll prove to their highnesses that I can beat you.
Too slow, Manfred.
Wait! What?
Get his ass!
He deserved that for everything he does in the Victorian arc. You're dead again. Get up. Don't need you to tell me.
Footwork, Manfred. And Ascalon, stop going for his head all the time.
This is the most effective way. It's his own fault for getting hit. If he can't dodge it, he has to learn to take it.
Huh. You're right, Ascalon, but why did you stop? We didn't tell you to.
I can take it, your highnesses. It's not over yet. Humph.
Beat his ass!
Huh? I hit your highness. I hit...
Did you now?
Let me down, Ascalon.
Don't hurt him, Ascalon.
He deserved it. He deserves that. Where are they, being silly? He's gonna perpetuate a shit ton of war crimes in the future. Fuck him up! Manfred's long limbs flail helplessly in the air, while his torso is tied to a wooden stake. How did he do that so fast? Got my inspiration from the way Her Highness sews. Manfred wriggles to break free, but the more he squirms, the tighter the ropes hug him. You cannot understand how Ascalon can be so strong and fast when she looks as thin and frail as him. Hold up, I'm kind of losing track where we are. Is this? Okay, before. We're at BB-3. Kind of losing track. I'm too locked in. Let me down. Look, I won again. Ascalon raises her weapon high and grins victoriously at the twin sovereigns. Ascalon has gotten a lot more cheerful. What are you thinking? They're different from the other Sarkaz children. We can change them, but how can we reach all of the children of Kazdel? Give me time, Babel can do it. Time is a luxury. I know, but education is not something that can be rushed. What we're doing is learning hope for the next generation. The flame of hope will never go out as long as a single teacher in Kazdel remains willing to share with these children the vision of a beautiful future. Teresa casts her eyes towards the two children, full of hope for the future. One of them is gonna be a protector of Rhodes Island, and the other is gonna be... is gonna be a general that commits war crimes. Well, are you going to admit defeat or not? Let me down. We're not done. I'll let you down when you admit defeat. No way. I'll unbind you, Manfred. Thank you, Your Highness. Whoa, why am I flying? Your Highness. Alright, that will do. Teresa, let him down. She has levitation art? Whoa! Flashback over. Back to the present, quote unquote. You've improved. But Theresa's hasn't taught you everything that he knows. You were always the faster learner, but ever since you left the general, you've been nothing but unadjusted and lost. He's disappointed in your departure, by the way. I may not be as good with words as you are, but at least I don't just ignore the insults against Her Highness Theresa. Do you really know why Her Highness is so dedicated to Babel's ideals? Do you really know why the general hasn't openly denounced the attacks on Babel? You should have talked to him rather than turning your back on him.
I turned my back. You're the ones who turned your backs on Her Highness and the voices of so many. It's Theresis who turned a blind eye to the mercenaries' acts of violence and the damage they've caused to Babel. This much I know. The general's allowed it precisely because he can't ignore the voices of the majority. The fate of the Sarkaz is doomed to fall into the abyss. What's wrong with using more effective means to prevent it? So that's what you truly think. It's what most of us in Kazdel think. It's not that I don't trust Her Highness, anyone can promise a better future, but we can't ignore the reality before it. Isn't it crueler to use violence to force a child to shake hands and make peace with the murderer who just killed his father? Say whatever you want. I'll keep my hands off the military commission, but if you try to act through the mercenaries... Brother! It was Manfred behind all this! Manfred pulling strings, trying to denounce Babel. Manfred and the military commission above him. Then my job is simple. No more mercenaries, no more problems. Why she's so hard-boiled? She's so hard-boiled! If you have the time, go visit Her Highness. I've never seen her so tired. A puff of mist is the only sign that she was ever there. Manfred looks down and wipes away the blood slowly seeping on his closet. Chest! Words are hard. He sighs and turns into the empty street, only to spot the deceased mercenaries' effects. They were fighting here while Good Luck's corpse is by the gutter. Come on, dog! Someday, we will all understand. It was never Her Highness or the General who made the choice. What a fucking unceremonious death. Is Oda even gonna get closure? Who's there? He hesitates before the door. It has been a busy day at his old ramshackle home, from the teacher to the multiple visitors. But who could it be outside the door? Has father finally returned? And if so, what should he say? Ooh. About that. He has learned so much from the teacher that he wants to share with his father, whose visits back home have become less and less frequent. He takes a deep breath, collects his mind, puts on a calm face, and opens the door. Hello? Manfred, what are you doing here? Stranger danger! Oda, run away! Stranger danger! Good evening. Can I help you, sir? You know who I am? No, sir, but I know the uniform of the military commission. Just a routine inspection. Do you recognize these items? This is my father's. There have been some disturbances in this city, and I'm afraid your father... I'm so sorry. Brother, you're the one that contracted him to kill the teacher! You piece of shit! Where did you find them? Was there... There was nothing else left at the scene. I'm sorry. What's your name? Oda. If you need any help... No, I'm very grateful that you brought these back. It's been a long time since I last saw him. This is enough. I don't have to wait anymore. He's not coming back. Why must you do this to us? Arknights! Why must you do this? Do you have family or friends you can count on? I can take care of myself. Besides, we see things like this every day in this city, no? I'm sorry I gushed, sir. I just feel like I know you somehow. Oh, wait a minute. Right. They went out together during the Lithuanian War. I remember now. Bro, hold up, wait a minute. Time affects people so differently. He became a twonk
Oda became... He kind of became... Actually, he's kind of ripped right now. Both of them are ripped in different ways. He had family. Oda had family. He still has family. Both of his parents should be up in the sky. My condolences. It's been so long, I forgot that Oda and Manfred met up. Door closes. Manfred can hear the sound of sobbing coming from behind the door, but he doesn't feel sorrow, not anymore. Brother, it was your fault. Oda's right. He's seen this far too many times, yet he remembers this is not what the city was meant to be. Also, I noticed that background CG of Kazdel changed from the ramshackle shacks in the previous chapters, and it's now got more modern in negative 6 years from current time. 60 years ago they were ramshackle. About 20 years ago and 6 years ago they actually started progressing. Okay, BB-3 after. Let's finish up this chapter. The nomadic city of Kazdel. Kazdel, in case you guys forgot that we are in the capital city of Kazdel, within the territory of Kazdel. Let me through.
This area's off limits.
What happened?
Are you with Babel?
No.
That's none of your business.
The wall of the royal court soldiers prevents Oda from passing. But he sees several familiar crying faces in the scattering crowd. Those students. I can't think I can take this alley here. I think I can take this alley here. Excuse me, do you know what happened?
Someone beat another guy to death. He's dead too. The guy's trying to join the racket.
Babel again. What is Her Highness thinking?
Shut your trap. You owe everything you eat, everything you wear, and the roof over your head to Her Highness.
Shh. Well, it's simple enough, alright. A teacher beat the father of a student to death.
What?
A teacher? How could... All the man did was scold him a little, and it was the teacher who was telling the kids all sorts of awful things. That's not true. You're a Babel shell too? Kids these days. Hey, what are you doing? Oda squeezes through the crowd and sees some familiar faces lying on the ground. He finally finds the source of the commotion, the teacher lying in a cloud of dust. No! The teacher! What was the point of Ascalon saving him from good luck if he was gonna get beat to death in the future? Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, Hypergryph has handed us a shit sandwich. So many layers of bullshit going on right now in Babel. Stop! Cease the violence! Teacher, what's going on? I didn't mean to hurt his father. Hang in there. I'll find a doctor. No. Over there. Him. Oda looks in the direction that the dying man is pointing. He sees an injured child crying by the lifeless body of his father. Oda runs through the burning streets, carrying the injured child in his arms, and pieces together the whole picture from what he sees and hears. It began when an agitated teacher accidentally killed an agitated father, before he was set upon by the angry crowd and fell in the dust of the streets. The turmoil dragged everyone in. Civilians, Babel, mercenaries, even the military commission. Like a chain reaction, clouds of dust were stirred up in various corners of the city. It wasn't until artillery from an unknown source blasted through the wall of Babel's office building
the royal court troops finally quelled the riot. It began with an accident and ended with a shell that caused more damage to Babel than anything in the past 18 years since the end of the war.
The kid is hurt and needs a doctor. Don't make me do this the hard way.
Whose side are you on? Babel or the military commission?
Neither. I just need to get him to a doctor. Get out of my way. My dad. It's too late for him. I'm sorry.
Go. Don't trust outsiders so easily, Sarkaz. Not in this chaos.
Yeah, thank you. Oda can feel the child's breathing grow weaker as he continues on his way. Running through the streets, he seems to feel someone brush past his shoulder, but sees no one. Ascalon? Logos! Where's he going? Was I imagining things?
Stop right there! No one step closer. There are patients inside!
This kid needs medical attention! Now!
Oh, I didn't think anyone would still be trying to bring patients here.
Okay, right. I'll take it from here. I'll give you some extra medicine before we leave.
Leave?
Her Highness made the decision, but we all know what's happening. We're not welcome in Kazdel anymore. Where are you going? Outside the city? Aren't you afraid of the dangers in the waste?
Yes, I am.
But if this city no longer welcomes us, then we respect its choice. I want to join Babel. I can help care for the patients or protect you. And that's how Oda ends up in Babel. I think there's a very limited amount of operators, at least gameplay mechanically, that are directly tied to the old organization of Babel. I think it's only W and Oda? Question mark? Unless, of course, Civilized Eterna is Babel. I don't know. We have very few operators that are directly tied to Babel. Not even Ascalon is associated with... Is she? I think she has the Sweep logo. I think she's associated with Sweep in her character profile.
Is this the one who started the whole mess? Will he live? Don't think so. Lost too much blood.
I'm just gonna give these guys goofy voices, just because this has been a tragic 4 chapters. They're gonna be the goofy-ass sarcasm guards we've ever seen.
Then what are we even doing here? Just follow the general's orders and don't ask questions. Who'd have thought something so minor would need their highness's statement?
Oh, it's his teacher. He's still alive, but he's dying.
Is he trying to talk to us? There's nobody else around. Hello? Hello, are you trying to talk to us? Probably just seeing things before he dies. No banshee would sing an elegy for such a sinner.
And speak of the devil, is Logos here? It's dangerous. Go. Logos! They can't see me. My arts hides my presence. Who are you? A student. I came from far away, following the footsteps of my mother, to find answers in this wandering city and her 2 rulers. Did you find... I'm afraid the city doesn't have the answers yet. But I found you. The ideas that you advocated were very interesting. I was with you when you taught those children in the basement, learning about the city and Babel. Of course, no one noticed except Ascalon. The boy has been brought to Babel where his injuries will be treated. Do you regret your end? No. The boy defended me. He understood what I tried to change. I'm sorry about his father. I sympathize. It was not your intention to cause this tragedy,
but fate has played a cruel joke on you. I hear crying. It is your elegy, calling your fading soul to the other side. Fear not. Hesitate not. The myriad souls will welcome you with open arms. Let my song take you beyond. Thank you. The young banshee's song soothes the mind of the dying man. The gentle song echoes through the crowded streets of the city. Banshees respond to the song of their young kin, adding the voices to the harmony. It is an elegy that commemorates the passing of an ordinary Sarkaz. You were talking about the future of Babel in the lesson, but you didn't get to the end. What were you trying to say? I believe that Babel will die someday. I hope I'm wrong. I mean, technically, Babel will die someday. But it will be reborn! It will be reborn like a phoenix! A song. Another Sarkaz has passed on in the turmoil. There is no longer any place for Babel here. I will lead them and leave this city. Theresa, we love you, all of us. I know, but Babel has no choice. But if you leave, my people have made their choice. Neither I nor Theresa's can change it. We cannot abandon hope, but the best course of action right now is to avoid conflict. Hatred will swallow us like a flood. You've always known, Theresa, our hero, our king. Gentle requests and gradual changes will not sway the minds of the Sarkaz drawn here by Kazel's rise. Like a Ramaline, Perhaps what I say will disappoint, even hurt you, Theresa. Rimbilton, Sargon, even Columbia. You have opened their doors and allowed the Sarkaz to negotiate with some as equals. Terra has seen more technological progress in 50 years than it has for millennia. But we were too slow. Despite the incredible changes you've brought to Kazdel, there haven't been enough to bear the fruits of true transformation. Even if I too believe that the fruits of spring are near. Is this the stance of the Banshee Court, Lackamarine? Lackaramaline. I'm just a mother who came here to see her boy off, Theresa. I respect his choice, and there will come a day when he will speak for our royal court. But that day is not today. I know you love him. You haven't allowed yourself to age since he was born. Aphanil was a miracle to me, and to all banshees. Logos' real name is Aphanil? Sheesh! Okay, Logos name reveal. The day he was born, I became loath to age with time. I have preserved my appearance at the peak of my beauty. I wish to remain eternal in his memory. My life is finite, of course. It's only the facade that never changes. I know what your highness is thinking. You never expected your dream to come true in this generation. You see yourself as the soil, and it's not the soil's due to witness the flowers bloom. I love it when Arknights echoes statements that we've heard in real life. Like, society will only prosper when old men plant seeds for trees that they will never sit under the shade of. Lovely. Hypergryph, cooking, they understood the assignment. Even if the two of you have to give everything to nourish this soil. Humor my little self-indulgence, your highness. Until he finds the answer he is seeking, allow him to travel between the two of you, to learn from both of you. He will be the first sprout to emerge from the soil. Bring Aphanil, take care of him, protect him in my place. I will, Lackaramaline, my friend. Thank you. No matter where you go, no matter what fate awaits either of you, the Banshee Court will sing your elegies, both of you, and announce to all, This is my promise. It is the most ancient and powerful of witchcrafts. My final parting gift to you. Lakaramaline. Will we meet again? I hope so. Until next time, then. I look forward to the day I could hear you sing in the midst of the convalis. Farewell, Your Highness. I'm afraid I must stay here and go no further. Aphanil will be part of your procession, after all, and I'm not ready to say goodbye to him yet. So it looks like we're about to end this arc of Babel. This is the whole founding of Babel, and they're getting kicked out of Kasdel after years of what? Bad blood brewing from the Sarkaz and their hatred for the people that persecuted them, the outsiders, the people of Terra. It is a tragic story. 2 days later, why are you here? Theresa's jump scare! Why are you in the Babel office? How long do you plan on standing here? You came a little too early. If it's Theresa you're looking for... Ah, Ascalon. I didn't think you would have the courage to come to me, Ascalon. Why? Do you mean why wouldn't you have the courage to see me, or why I banished Babel? You've seen Manfred. Yes. Did you do it? Not all the way. You should have! Good. Now remove yourself before you say something childish and naive. Not even Theresa would agree with you. Or you could choose to stay. You don't have to explain yourself. After all, you never formally joined Babel. Her Highness needs someone to protect her. She's more powerful than you think. And I agree with you even less, Master. I suppose I should take that as a no. You and Manfred are my best students, yet both of you have your fatal flaws. Your talents in combat are peerless, but what do you truly believe in? Your Highness. Impatience. I said what you truly believe in, not me nor Theresa. You still don't know what you seek, do you? To protect? That's just an empty, self-deceptive sentimentality. When you're unsure of your path, you merely project your motivations onto vague ideals. I've thought about it carefully. Perhaps. Then follow Theresa and protect her. But don't blindly adopt her ways. Think for yourself. Manfred found his answer long before you did. Is that because is that how he became a cunt? Is that how you became a cunt? A war criminal? Did you do that? You nudged him in a certain direction? Come on, dog. The next time we see each other. Never mind. Go Ascalon. There's nothing else for us to talk about now. Ascalon falls to one knee, then turns to a mist that closes around Theresa's. The mist trembles and disperses, leaving only a stone knife in Theresa's hand. He recalls the day that he snatched the blade from the child in the catastrophe. You were too cold to her, Theresa's. It's a time of parting. You could have shared your mind with her. She has never been adept at expressing emotion. As her teacher, you're better than me at reaching the teenage side of her. You really have no faith in her choice. She's welcome back at any time. Manfred remains too complacent in his training. He needs someone to challenge him, a goal to work towards. I'll tell her. I wish you would come back too. I know. If we cannot resolve a minor conflict like this, the next one could escalate into a full-fledged civil war. If it comes to that, all we have dreamed of for a century will be for naught. If that day comes and I have to, I'll kill you. That day is gonna come. I don't know if you're gonna be killing her though. We did see a CG image of her in a pile of blood with Amiya and Doctor on the floor and a bunch of Hashashins, assassins all around them, so maybe you will try to kill her, actually. Are we gonna get the reveal that it wasn't actually the Doctor that killed Theresa? As in, literally, it was just Theresa's and his assassins. Babel is ready. We'll leave when those two are willing to follow. You've always kept them close. Yes, because they need me. I need you too. Kazdel needs its king. Theresa's. Our people have made their choice. The best course of action, for now at least, is for Babel to back down. I will continue to call the nourishing rain upon Kazdel, change the city's circumstances, and wait for the hatred to subside. But if you become the greatest threat to the searching dreamers in this long, painstaking process, I will destroy you. So be it. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Why the fuck are they back on the same side during the Victorian arc? What kind of sweet nothings did he say to her unrested soul? Brought her back with necromancy, convinced her taking Victoria and making a super weapon was the only way for Sarkaz and Kazdel to gain their autonomy and independence from the world's persecution. What did he say to her when he resurrected her? They seem to be very at odds here. What the fuck? Mercenaries and the Royal Court soldiers line the streets, holding back the restless crowd. Babel is leaving. So is the King of the Sarkaz. It was the King of the Sarkaz who brought food and shelter. It was also the King of the Sarkaz who allowed oppression and hatred to fester. The Babel procession stretches as far as the eye could see, past the barricades formed by lines of Royal Court soldiers, past the disdainful crowd. Theresa's walks towards the crowd and stands with them. He has left Theresa's side for the first time in 2 centuries. Okay. On opposite ends now, officially. We all know what we must face. I hope this will not be the last time we stand together. Foreshadowing is a narrative device. Will that day be far, far? Not too far. 6 years, to be exact. 8 years. 8. Victorian arc, 8. 8 to 9 years. Theresa joins the silent procession. Their farewell to the city is soundless. Their path is one of hope. Then something occurs, enough to silence the restless onlookers and momentarily halt the procession. The cursing and crying cease. Every eye turns to a single poignant scene. A mercenary steps out of line to embrace his best friend in the procession. No one can hear the whispers exchanged between the two friends by the ruins of Babel, but all are willing to wait and give them their moment of farewell. Who is that? White hair? Horns? That's not Theresa. Big horns. Who are these? Farewell between the people and their city. Between 2 peoples of the same blood. A young Sarkaz who has lost everything he holds dear walks in the procession without regret. He remembers walking the same path leaving the city in search of his parents with his older companion many years ago. Just a normal Sarkaz woman? I see. These are the people. Just normal people. Not our protagonists. Oh, it's Oda. Dad, I believe that there has to be another way than war. Mom, I know you believed in Babel because you hoped for a different way to live. Goodbye, Mom and Dad. Goodbye, home. For Theresa's eyes only. I have heard of what happened in Kazdil and share your sense of loss. The city holds special meaning to us all. But Babel need not drift on the wastelands, for I have located the ship I previously mentioned in Rimbilliton. Kelsey? Finally dug up Rhodes Island? That's still one of the biggest mysteries of Arknights in general. Rhodes Island was excavated from Rimbilliton. They didn't build it. It's a device from ancient times. The excavation went smoothly. The ship's basic functions have been restored after 2 years of work. We'll carry the hopes of Babel into the future. Please wait for me, Theresa. P.S. I did find it on the ship. A legacy that could bring upheaval to this land. Doctor? They found Doctor in the sarcophagus within Rhodes Island? No fucking shot. Given its importance, Doctor and Priestess, actually. I feel it is crucial to discuss this matter with you in person. With hope, Kelsey. Okay, so that is the first arc of Babel. We're probably gonna head into a time skip again. We went through how many time skips? We were at negative 60 years, negative 20, negative 6. Okay. So, I feel like...
おかえり、ドクター。
I feel like that seems to be a good place to stop for today. We have the rest of the next 2 weeks to read out the event. Let's not bang it all out and get exhausted through one single stream. That's a good place to stop. Fuck you, Hypergryph, for putting me through all of that. Good luck. Good luck did not deserve to die. Fuck you! How dare! How dare you do this to me again? Yeah. So, good place to stop. I think we're gonna continue during the weekday. That should be enough for what I assume to be another arc. And then we could finish it up next weekend after we do EX stages. That sounds like a good plan. Thank you to everyone that stopped by to chill out, watch us read, watch us react. Fuck me, I reacted my ass off. Holy shit! How dare! Good luck, head plot armor! Oh yeah, bad luck. No, I'm not okay. I'm not okay, Amiya. Anyway, that is that. We're gonna be ending stream. Once again, thank you to everyone who stopped by. My name is Nez. Thanks for watching. We will be continuing our read-through this week. I will schedule it as usual. Then we'll finish up this weekend EX stages. Bye-bye, friendos.